Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Glassbreakers Guild, our Valley campaign, our main live show that we do every week. We hope that you are ready to have some fun, I guess, watching us play D&D. We'll see how tonight goes. Very non-committal, yes. Not really sure how tonight's going to go because, yeah, it's going to be fun. As always, before we get started, just a few quick reminders. You can keep up with our schedule on our Discord server, so you can go out there, always know when we are doing things. We are currently doing 2 episodes a week. One is pre-recorded, one is this live show that you are tuned into here tonight. But the Discord server will always have the details on when we're doing what on any given week. Sometimes the schedule has to change. If it does, we will post it there on Discord so you guys will know and won't have to be guessing about what's coming up here on Casual Cactus. We do also run a YouTube channel. All of the video content that we create does wind up on YouTube. I realized this past week I was a little behind on my uploads, so you might have gotten a few reminders if you've toggled the notification icon that a lot of stuff was going up. Yeah, that was just me being behind. But everything does wind up there eventually. Be sure you go check it out. Hit like and subscribe over there. And if you haven't already, make sure you turn on those notifications so you'll see my folly when I have to upload 7 episodes at once. That is all the announcements I'm going to put out at the top of the show here this evening, except to say that we are short Stephen and Nat. They had a little one that was under the weather, so we are few but mighty this evening. Who would like to give us a recap of what happened over the last 2 or 3 sessions?
All that matters is that we have a mimic permanent pet that will be with us forever and always.
Right.
We do. His name's Kevin.
If I do anything, the other partners of the ladies who want to keep that thing alive will never, ever let that down and kill me.
I actually have notes and stuff.
Oh, well, go
yeah,
for it.
Yeah. I don't know where I stopped this, but we'll go with what I have and then fill in blanks. So we talked to the bank. She used to feed on the magic of the Empress, so now she needs more food. We offer to broker a deal with the Merchants Guild to give her the equivalent of effectively a cow a month, which seems reasonable. Well, she also wants to be a member of the Merchants Guild. That part was a little bit of a surprise, but we went and brokered said deal. We take the babies and effectively let them have at it in the mansion until one baby remains, and that one baby is no longer a baby. Keith was attempting to set us up with a fight, and instead he gave us a pet mimic. So what should have been a fight turned into us trying to train the mimic to not eat us or people. He started off, once he had kind of consumed all of his brethren, because that's not even a little bit dark, as a hut with a chicken leg. Simi convinces it to then turn into a wall with wheels, but the wheels don't quite work like wheels, because we have to figure out how to get it out of said mansion. At this point, we have effectively befriended it, and we effectively are able to sneak him out as a food dog costume. So, yeah, one of those really elaborate festival costumes that like 42 people can hide under and snake themselves out. I stopped taking notes there, but Killian was smart enough to try to describe to it what it should not eat. However,
babies are definitely still within the acceptable.
Yeah, there's some parameters that were not established that probably should have been. And I feel like there was something at the end where we went different directions and stuff, but I forget what that was.
There was. The rest of you went out to eat because even though Steph is committed to having a permanent mimic pet, Killian sent a message to Cabbage to come pick up this mimic.
Yes, that's right. That is right. I think it was actually with you for that part. I don't think I went out to eat with everybody else. I could be wrong. But yes, Cabbage is now messaged, and hopefully we'll put this mimic to some kind of nautical work.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. At any rate, it will not be our circus nor our monkeys soon,
Exactly.
which is the larger deal there. I think that was basically it. Did I forget anything important for anybody else? Oh, you saw that there are wanted posters with your face all over it.
I know I did not.
He did not. Everyone else saw it.
Oh,
He did
okay.
not.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
We also all got paid 350 gold
Yes.
for the job.
Yes.
I have a lot of money for a thief, which I got legitimately.
I was gonna say, you have a lot of money for that was not stolen for being a thief.
Are you serious? Again, sorry. For whatever reason, my the app I use to keep my character sheet in order does not like commas, and so it keeps deleting how much gold I have. But luckily, I wrote it down on paper to make sure this wouldn't happen. And so a 2.
Does it default to putting the comma in?
No, I put it in because I have a terrible time trying to figure out where the comma's supposed to go.
Use spaces instead.
There we go.
Huzzah.
That's like a European thing they'll do instead of using commas, because they use commas in place of the periods. Weird. Okay. So,
For the pet mimic.
So, it has been a week since your adventures with the Mimic Bank came to a close. Simi, you weren't there, but you happen to know for a fact that the higher up of the Apellian Order did not take too kindly to the administrator of the bank being admitted into the Merchants Guild.
Oh no.
Talker!
Oh, dang.
Because they had plans on taking over themselves, which they can no longer do.
Would have been fun to watch them try, though.
Right?
Brother Arafil, we have to stop sending people to the bank. Why? They don't return. They don't come back.
But it has been, there were a few other, ripples through the upper middle class and the lower nobilities and the higher nobility, for that matter, of Costas, when it was determined that the bank manager would be part of the Merchants Guild. You get a sense that a lot of different factions might have had designs on taking over the bank.
Again, it would have been really fun to watch them try it.
But
Yes.
those plans, of course, have now been laid by the wayside. Our two friends, Rain and Lyra,
Mysteriously
are
mysteriously missing
mysteriously
together.
together. So
Make that as you will.
take that as you will. But you haven't seen them for about a week.
Have we at least, we haven't seen them in a week, as in we're worried, or we know enough of what's going on that we're like, it's fine.
You
They're
guys pretty much, those of you that care know what's going on.
Okay.
So it's like they got a payday. You have a sense that they're probably
They are together.
together having a good time with
Cool.
the money that they have. So we're just going to leave that there and continue on. What are you guys doing over said week? See me.
I mean justice, clearly. But specifically, will be probably laying some different seeds to help excuse the fact that there are two different things that I have not solved for the
Okay.
the order yet. That will make it more apparent that like I have done the job that is necessary in town. But the perpetrators are very clearly not in town
Anymore? Okay.
anymore. So, so there's that. I'm spying on Rosk as best I can. Trying to keep distance, but also like figuring out what his patterns are and what all he currently has that he's like impacting the different hands he has in the various cookie jars of silliness.
Okay. Well, he does seem to have quite a few plotting, but he does stick mainly to the Order's enclave, and
He does not make himself an easy target.
he
Shocker.
doesn't. He does not make himself an easy target. He almost always has at least 4 bodyguards with him anywhere he goes, but he does stay mostly in the cloister. Ironically, not all that far from where your house and shop are, but that's neither here nor there. But he does make himself visible within the cloister just to make sure that those that are present do know that he's there. You have seen him with several different people. Sometimes they're nobles, sometimes they're people you would not expect to see him with. The dregs, as it were, people of low standing, perhaps not the most upright citizens.
I would be taking notes on the who and where they go.
Okay. Generally, when you do catch sight of those sorts of things, it's like briefest passing where they're just going from one place to another within the cloister. But you do see the signs of plots within plots and wheels turning behind the scenes. You're never ever able to get close enough to kind of hear what they might be. You just know things are happening. For you, the other thing of note would be that Acherai does show up at some point during the week
You
because
desperately asked him to.
you desperately asked him to. And so the question I guess I have for you would be, would you at that point introduce him to Cabin?
Of course.
Okay.
Jeez.
All right. Whatever spell effect that was that let him speak has dissipated at this point. So when you get there, you don't hear his like great big goofy voice, but he does react to you, and he's still a bush. When you get there,
I will bring a rabbit that I hunted.
okay.
And Cabin
Hmm?
got treats.
He rustles.
Such a bad
Make
idea.
me a perception check real quick.
So this is a thing, right? Oh dear.
And you're not distracted at all.
I mean, thankfully I do have a +9, so that's 14 still.
14. Okay. Nope, it's not going to be enough. All right.
I pet his little leafy leaves.
Yep, you pet his little leafy leaves, and he sort of rustles. It's like there's a breeze blowing through the bushes, except there's no breeze at all.
So the current plan is that Cabbage is going to pick up our front cabin and take him.
Why cabin?
That's kind of how he showed up first.
And cabin changes to his cabin form.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Okay, that's... I see. And that was inside?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a whole thing with one of the spells that our new friend can cast that creates a thing.
Ah,
There's a space.
okay.
Don't blame me for this.
We got him stuck, then we had to get him unstuck, at which point he became a food dog,
And he turned into the food dog.
and we carried him out the gates.
Okay. Okay. And now he's hiding here as bushes.
Yep. Good boy.
Well, he's well trained at least.
Yep. You haven't eaten anybody, have you?
Oh.
Inside. I have high insight too, thankfully. It's a 17.
Some of those leaves are blushing.
Cabin.
One part of him sort of reforms, and it's still the whole AI not quite right uncanny valley thing, but he forms into this figure of someone wearing dark leathers, hood over his face, and a dagger.
That poor rogue.
And then a little ways away, a couple more pop up as like clearly a couple out for a walk, and the rogue is doing the creepy, and then the leaves sort of chomp down on him.
Oh boy.
You know, honestly, I don't think I can get on to you about that.
Justin.
Justice.
Try really hard to avoid it. I think you accidentally did good on that one. Give him scritchies.
There's rustling all around you.
So yeah, it's not perfect, but
Yeah.
but he's got a good spirit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steven. Hello.
You think any of that might have had to do with your patron?
You
Maybe.
say that like we talk.
I don't know. I don't know how this thing works anymore.
I don't either. I'm not doing all of this for him. I just try and do the right thing when I can. Is Eugen? Nah. It doesn't work for me the way that it did for Killian.
Does
I
it
don't
still
think it
work
was
for
supposed
Killian
to.
the way it works for Killian?
I don't know if we've talked about that.
You haven't. Not a single person has asked.
You know, I haven't. Like, I used to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen him talk to them in a while. So I don't know if it still works for Killian, actually. Maybe. I should
Maybe.
ask. Yeah. So,
Okay, well, I'll. You want me to keep checking up on cabin?
when you're around, we weren't sure what we were doing with him yet when I sent to you, but yeah, when you're around, having extra eyes on him and maybe giving him some treats for good behavior and such?
Yeah, I can do that.
Good. He's
We can be friends, right? That was just too weird.
you're not wrong.
So, dinner tonight?
Oh, okay.
All right. And he's going to reach down, grab your hand, and lead you back towards town.
Surprised we didn't say like, yes, I will be eating dinner every day.
Dinner? Well, I suppose I was planning on eating something at some point today.
But that was generally the plan. Like, food is something I do partake of on a regular basis.
Okay. And so the week goes on pretty much like that. Akerai does have, some stuff that he's doing in and around town. But he, because things are sort of compartmentalized, he doesn't really clue you in too much on what's going down. But he does have some other stuff to do while you are off doing your thing as well.
Okay.
Killian, what are you up to this week?
So, Killian would like to go find a bakery.
Okay.
Nice
Thanks for the
stuff.
cover.
And I would like to buy 20 gold pieces worth of loaves of bread, Keith.
It's a lot of bread, but easily done.
And I will put it all in a sack, and I'm going to go wander around that poor district that I was the last time we had downtime and distribute bread.
Aww.
All right.
So he'll just, as he sees people, he'll just walk up and just, no explanation, just go distribute bread to everybody.
Okay.
That he sees.
Are you specifically
Yeah.
targeting those
Yeah.
that are obviously in need, or
Yeah, but if anybody else comes up and asks about it, he won't turn anybody away. But yeah, he will specifically be trying to
Okay.
go to the places that it looked like were struggling the most.
All right. Easily done. Easy enough. And you're doing. So do you do that every day?
So that kind of depends how the first day goes. Because at the same time, as he's distributing it, Killian is trying to get a better idea of what the social hierarchy and dynamics are of this particular part of town.
Okay.
So he is trying to figure out who seem to be the people who call the shots or the leaders, who's just trying to get a better understanding of what exactly their social network looks like in that part of town.
Okay. Well, it starts off, it's clear you're just a do-gooder, down, help, in the slums, helping people out. So that does sort of garner you a little bit of a crowd, a little bit of attention as you're walking about doing this thing. Not bad attention, just attention. Start of the day is a little bit slow. It's you have to approach people. From midday on, you start to have people sort of recognize who you are, what you're doing, and they start coming up to you.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
It's like handing out pennies and teal.
Well, I mean, this is also why Killian is doing it in his full armor with all his weapons, so that if anybody's ooh, you look... Don't.
Make me either an insight check or a perception check, whichever you prefer. Just let me know which one.
You get temporary expertise. Daniel gets a tier 2 bardic inspiration. Brayden gets blessed.
I have a blitz.
Courtesy of our friend Steven.
Steven's dishing stuff out today.
Oh, okay.
Aw, thank you.
All right, so are you using your temporary expertise for this?
I will... Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So that would make this That would make that a 25 perception, Keith.
25 perception. Okay.
You were expecting this.
There are the vast majority of the people approaching you in the second half of the day are people who are in need, very clearly. There is a minority, a very small minority, that you can tell are coming from organized efforts to capitalize on your generosity.
Okay.
Every so often, you'll pass an alleyway and sort of glance down, and there will be a group of people clearly watching you. They don't make any moves towards you.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to antagonize you, but they are keeping tabs and watching you, seeing what you're doing, seeing what you're up to.
Do they seem more like criminal efforts or like some sort of, for lack of a better term, neighborhood watch organization?
A little bit of
A,
A, a little bit of B.
Okay.
So it's definitely there. It's definitely sort of city underbelly, but you also get a sense that there is, at least as far as the local neighborhood goes, perhaps a little bit of altruism as well. It's like they're here, they're doing these things, but they're also a little bit of Robin Hooding it.
Right.
Just a little bit. I mean, maybe not quite to the same level of, hey, we've got all this stuff, let's share it. It's like, no, I've got some extra, let's share it, kind of thing.
Only you brought protection.
I don't need protection. I have my own protection. Okay, then
True.
so they're just keeping an eye on me, right? They're not approaching me or anything. They're not saying anything. They're just watching me.
Stephen, you can stop at any time.
Keep going,
still
Stephen.
going?
Keep going, Stephen. So they're just watching me right now.
Yeah,
Right. They're
for,
not.
for the
okay.
moment, they are just watching you.
Do they seem to have noticed that I have noticed?
That's a good question.
Did they notice that he noticed?
That they
That
noticed.
They noticed.
Do I know that they know that
Doesn't
I know that they
seem
know?
like it.
Okay.
Seems like you're being just cagey enough that they haven't picked up on the fact that you know that they're there watching you.
Okay.
And I didn't even turn in the disadvantage. It was just that bad a roll, Stephen. Stop it.
Go, Stephen, go. In that case, I will.
I don't want it back.
Yeah,
That
I
I'm
will.
stealing in there.
So Killian won't do it
Fine,
every
I'll
day,
make this.
and he won't go like he doesn't necessarily do it all day. But two other wait a couple days, then he'll go again, but he'll just go in the afternoon this time, and same shtick, distribute
Okay.
bread and just see if he notices anything else or if anybody approaches him about anything.
So the days you go back, it's very clear that the people in the neighborhood were watching for you, waiting for you.
Okay.
In fact, there seems to be a little bit of maybe not disappointment, but curiosity why you weren't there in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like they almost expected that you would have been there earlier.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. Okay.
Breathe, okay,
Well,
so-
I.
Those chips are they're something.
Go.
Sorry, hot mustard
Yes.
flavored Doritos.
Yes. I've seen those.
Yes.
I mean, I like hot mustard, but it sort of hits different.
Just a second before you go anywhere. I forgot a notebook upstairs. I will be right back.
Uh-oh.
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 That's not good.
Braden, did you know that we stream on Sundays?
No, I didn't.
Really? You didn't know?
No.
So
Which is funny because I'm in both of them.
we stream games on Sundays. Do you know what games they are?
Oh, I imagine you're gonna tell me.
One of them is a Western game that you DM, and one of them is a World of Darkness game that I DM.
That's right.
So you should, and we also have, a Delirium's Domain game that Danny DMs. So if you want to see those, you should come join us on Sundays.
Wait,
don't
you
make
can-
squeaky noises. That was just because.
Yes,
You
she
can
does.
get all the streams for free here.
For free. But if you'd like to contribute to our cause and help us grow and expand,
We won't say no.
I
Sorry.
love you guys.
All right. Yes. So go ahead, Lucas.
Hello, it is I, Lucas.
I needed my name cheat sheets. I still don't know all of these names yet.
It is I, Lucas, as you said.
A choice.
What?
it is.
It is I.
It is I, Lucas.
So what is Lucas up
Well,
to this
Lucas
week?
will learn a couple more spells to add to his grimoire. And then, I'd like to try and make a magical item using the thing that Lance gave us. The compendium thing.
Ah, good luck.
I know, yeah. I'm torn. I'm torn between two. Oh my heck. Okay, hold on. My iPad's glitching. Let's stop it. I would either like. Let's see, what is it? I'd like to make. Either. That one's a little harder. I would like to try and make a ring of mind shielding. So let's see what I need to do for this.
Well, you're gonna need a magical essence of some kind.
I basically can get everything except a common psionic essence. So, would you like me to try and roll to see if I can find that?
I'm not sure you're gonna be able to find that without black market connections. This is the same problem I've run into.
Well, that's why I'm asking. I don't know.
Do make a roll.
What roll would you like me to make, Keith?
It is going to be an investigation,
Okay.
and it's a fairly high DC.
What do I have to add to this too as well? It's a bardic inspiration, correct?
Let's see.
There's also 2 character advantage and a.
There's
No, I have a bless. I have a bless on the field.
Yes.
So,
yes. So for Braden, there's a bless.
okay.
What does bless do?
It lets me add a d4. $32.
I'm pretty sure that beats whatever DC you set.
Yeah.
I believe you are.
So that
correct.
is a nat 18 plus 2 from the bless plus 12 from being super good at what I do. So
Okay. Well then,
Stephen at home just feeling foreboding from what he hath wrought.
And you're making a ring of mind shielding?
yep,
okay. So
it's just an uncommon item that I think
Yeah.
would be useful.
you remember how Cassius showed up at the shop with a chest full of money?
Mm-hmm.
It just so happens that the bag of coins that you picked out
Okay.
had a little amethyst crystal in it
Oh,
that was imbued with some of his psionic abilities.
Look at you.
oh, how nice! It's like he knew. Okay. I will
Almost.
subtract that amount from my gold, and I will look that up.
Okay.
And then I just need to make 6 checks to do it.
If you fail 3 of them,
3.
you lose everything.
Okay.
All right. So what are the checks that you have to roll?
Well, Keith, I'd like to make a deal with the devil.
Hang on. Before we do this, there's one other
Okay.
thing. If you double the time it takes to make it, you can take a 10 on any of those checks.
A 10 on one check?
Any of them.
On any of them.
But every time you do that,
15.
it takes twice as long So you make it in intervals of 2 hours.
Okay.
You can double that to intervals of 4 hours for any one of those checks
Okay.
to take a 10 on the roll.
Oh, so if I just
And
double
because
the
you-
time?
And because it's a work week, you have 40 hours of crafting time to work with.
so if I just say that I use my time to do that, then it goes
You-
through, or
As long as a 10 plus whatever bonuses for the crafting thing gets you high enough, yes.
okay.
Like you just hear like, tink.
Just taking a 10. Even with taking a 10, I can't make it.
Yeah, then you'll have to roll and
I'll
hope
have
you
to
roll high.
roll. Oh fudge.
Are you doing a literal deal with the double again?
Yeah, I think I might have to because.
You gonna make 6 of them?
Oh yeah, that's true. I have to. Okay. Well, let's see how we go, and then we'll come back, and I might have to make a deal. So
You can recruit other people to help.
you're giving bread to the homeless people, so
It doesn't take me all day.
that's true.
Yeah, and I mean, generally justice is done at night.
So I need to roll an 11 or higher.
Oh, that's so sad. You're so close.
Yeah. So. Good on the first one.
Steven says you also know what I can do.
Right.
Right.
Break economies.
First fail.
Okay.
Success on the second. Oh, it's cocked on an 11. Gosh dang it. That's a fail.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You can stop at any time.
At this point, you have spent 8 hours, so that's one of your days.
Okay.
Also, let me pull it up.
Help.
Because I don't remember, it might be 3 consecutive fails that fails the whole thing. Let me check.
Oh, my Arcana proficiency bonus plus my intelligence modifier.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was doing that wrong. So currently all of them are succeeding. So I'm up to 4. Okay. Once I started, if no proficiency made, Okay. Then let's go with roll number 5.
How many rolls do you need?
6. That just makes it.
Then I believe that's your 6 that you needed.
That is the well. No, that was the 5th one.
Okay, so one
so
more.
one more. And that one fails. So, going again. Okay, yeah. So I succeed on all of the checks. So that is 3 days of my life.
Okay, and for future reference, you only lose your material if you fail 3 times in a row.
Okay.
However, every failure obviously does not advance
Right.
the clock on your project.
For the most part, that will just be it. I'll just be hanging out at Castian's shop. I will do all of the maths for how much that cost me, and what other spells I might move into my grimoire with whatever time I have left, and that will just be my week. So,
Okay.
that is me.
All right.
Well, I would like to think that I've convinced Kazakh to help me as a sign of halfling solidarity. I am going to try to spend my time defacing the wanted posters and changing them so that way maybe one has like a really thick beard, if there's a picture of him, and things like that, and try to make it so that they don't look like him anymore.
Wait, who's wanted? Oh, right.
Yeah, you said Kazakh.
You did say that you were gonna you would do well. Were you having Kazakh help you with this?
Yeah, because
Where I go, Kazakh is always.
I don't want to be in the city at night all by myself.
Well, so you're going out at night to do this.
Yeah, I'm trying to sneak.
Ah,
So
okay.
I'm hoping that he
I
will help me.
catch
But
him and I'm just like, Really, guys?
I'm like,
It's fine. They're just vandalizing wanted posters.
Used
but
to this
do
out
you
of the
help
kids.
me? Or...
I mean, she's basically a child.
Yeah, so that's what I spend my nights. I'm like, I also am doing justice at night.
I'm also doing justice at night.
Okay.
To make it less suspicious, I have her on my back, so she's facing behind me, so like I can be facing
That's
away
just
from
what I
her.
was
So you're just standing there and
And
she's
she-
back there.
You know,
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay. I need the two of you to make a group stealth roll. So both of you roll both of you roll your stealth or sleight of hand. Either of the
Good in
two.
Both. I'm pretty good.
I
That was not good. It's a 19 plus 7 for me.
don't know. Stealth or sleight of hand.
26.
26, okay.
Okay.
I'm fast with I'm like.
That will be 10. Well, yeah, 10.
Okay. So 26
I'm so quiet.
and 10.
What are you doing?
So split the difference. It's still an 18. It's not too bad. Not too shabby. Yeah, you're able to go out and do the things at night. You do have Simi catch you at one point and be like, "Really, guys?"
Just walk away.
Just walk
I close the
away.
cloak over.
Wow.
It's like a little workshop underneath the cloak.
You look quite large right now.
The hunchback dragonborn.
You know they're just gonna put more out, right?
Tell her that.
My hand sticks out. I'm like, I will get them all.
I mean, at least it's not on the wall. Just let it go.
And
Don't get caught, okay?
if we do get caught, we can just say that we're trying to make them more accurate.
Sure.
Ew, I'm like, what?
Ah. Sure.
What are you talking about? They'll never catch us.
That is really unsettling. It's like a xenomorph situation.
Wow.
I am
that's
disturbed
funny.
by this visual. Huh. Glad you don't usually have like the cloak thing going. This is a weird. I've got somebody to spy on. You guys just don't get in
Who are you
trouble.
spying on?
Spying? Did I say spying?
I believe that was the word you
I was
used.
like, Spanish gets a lot too.
How you gonna handle this, see me?
What would you say?
Spying's against luck too.
Oh,
I mean,
Technically, Simi is not an agent of the law.
Exactly.
She's an agent of justice.
yes. The law is not necessarily what I'm worried about, hence me telling you that you should not get caught. But not doing anything to, catch you.
if anybody finds us, they won't remember. It's fine.
Glad they changed the subject. Okay.
Dead people can't remember.
Magic them. It's just two little hands out of the.
And then you hear in the distance, "Hey, you! We want more falafel! Run, Kazik! Run!"
They don't really, they don't like the magic stuff still not popular making. Not a great thing.
Like, let's go the next one.
Back to stuff. Okay.
Leave her to her spying.
All right, I turn and walk away, and Yeah, I figured.
Just a little hand pops out of your chest.
Yeah, it's out of his back.
Out of his back.
Come to the back.
And she's painting, so it's most likely finger paints. So her hands are all full of paint and just.
Sammy actively giggles.
Like, justice.
Just.
I love it.
All right. Kazik. Make me a perception check, please, sir.
Nyx is no longer on your back. You have a thing.
Oh, do I?
Maybe you could use it.
I had something. I had bardic inspiration or.
Daniel, you have a tier 2 bardic inspiration, and that one adds the D8.
D8.
So add a D8.
This is a D8. Which is funny, not much better. So that would be a 7
7 total after everything.
after everything.
Okay then. All right.
We're taking a bite.
So yeah, so you're paying more attention to Nyx on your back and trying to keep her as much out of harm as possible. All right, so you guys spend your nights defacing wanted posters.
Well,
Is there
Yeah.
anything else you wanted to do?
no. I have nothing else to do. And I can't stop her, so might as well be there.
Okay.
I don't think you're like, don't get paint on my cloak. I'm like, don't get paint on my cloak.
Okay. So the week passes. You guys are off doing your things and whatnot, and after about a week after your little run-in with the Mimic Bank, would you guys like sort of meet up regularly at the shop? How would what's the plan as far as that goes?
I mean, I'm staying in the back room of the shop.
You're
most
staying in the
nights,
back room of the shop, okay?
What are you doing for like? You just staying in the back and like ordering Uber kind of a thing, or
I mean,
Uber Eats?
we have. Let me pull it up.
A lot of, like a whole barrel of
Yeah,
flour.
from the stuff we stole, we have 23 pounds of salt, 119 pounds of wheat, and 18 pounds of red wine. I feel like I can cook there and be fine.
Just bread.
Just offer
Just living off bread and wine.
meat and wine and salt.
Not too worried about it.
I mean, I can bring you fresh stuff from the market.
I mean, yeah, like I could also just go
You're
buy.
getting
I
severely jaundiced.
can also go buy food, but
The rickets are real.
Okay.
Okay. Well, at some point when all of you are I mean, you're not wrong.
Doesn't have ends of his dash to
yeah, they're no. I would have had to not shave this morning.
So at some point when all of you are sort of together in the
Okay.
shop, there's a knock at the back door.
Come in.
I'm gonna go. I assume at this point, if it didn't already, we've installed a peephole on this door.
Okay?
So I'm gonna go do the and see who it is.
Can it be the kind from the Airbnb with
It don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
You don't see anybody.
That's not good.
Look down.
Yeah, I will stand up a little, get a little higher, and try and look down. Is there a?
So you do see the top of a gnomish head, like silver hair. Seems like it might be a woman standing there. You gonna open up or what?
I'm gonna close the thing. Braden, was it Lucas who was doing the sanctum on the?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna close it. Does anyone know a small gnome woman? And if I recall, they can't hear us out there.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do any of us know a small gnomish woman?
Uh,
Not from memory.
I wouldn't be there, but I would probably be there.
you're half-
That's up to you, because you would also know that we all hang out there.
It's racist.
I'd probably stop.
You're a gnome?
No.
I might not be
I
there.
don't remember.
Just because
Okay,
I'm
that's
a
fine.
halfling doesn't mean I know all gnomes.
Are you a gnome?
No,
So you certainly
You're
would
half-
know.
I'm a halfling.
That's what I asked you.
You said if
I
I
asked you, are
knew
you
a
a
gnome.
halfling? I asked if you are a halfling.
Okay, so we don't know.
any
it.
gnomes.
Okay, I will open the door. I will not let this person in. I will open the door just enough that I can step out, and I will close it behind me.
Okay.
I opened. Oh no. I'm like, Kaz.
You, as I say, unless Kazik picks you up, you can't reach it because we would have installed it.
You take me over to the people.
I mean, you guys can hear through the door. They just can't hear. Anyway, so yeah, I'll step out. Can I help you?
So are you Castian?
That depends who's asking.
Seraphina.
I have no idea who that is.
Well, I've never met Castian either, so that doesn't prove anything.
So what does Seraphina want from Castian?
I'd rather not discuss this on the street if you don't mind.
Have I heard the
I'm
name
not-
Seraphina before?
No.
I'll walk over and let her open the little people.
Well, I'm not comfortable letting you in without knowing who you are and why you're here, so it seems we're at an impasse.
If you're Castian, somebody gave me your name because I have an issue that you have expertise in dealing with.
She's pregnant.
See,
Castian.
what part
Hold
of
on.
Castian screams? I know.
I'm gonna step back in, and I'm just gonna, like, even though I know that she's standing right there, I'm still just gonna open the door with her right there.
Well,
So and again, I'm gonna slip
you're
in
gonna
and close the
smash her,
door.
and then you're just gonna hit me. And
I'm not gonna do it hard, but I am gonna just push and just keep pushing them out. Anyway, I'm gonna slip in, close the door. I'm gonna look around and realize that it's you and you and you.
Hi.
Where'd you get pregnant?
Someone is here to hire Castian for a job he has expertise in.
Hats?
I don't think that's what they mean.
Of note, she came to the back door.
All right. Let's cover up anything we're doing.
Do you want a zone of truth?
Not yet.
Okay.
So, and I'm just gonna like throw, like a blanket or something over like any of our stuff that may be out, and just
Okay.
try and like.
See me might be wandering up.
I was gonna say it about this point. Jimmy's right.
Okay, so about this point, you wander up to the back door of Castian's shop, and there's this little silver-haired gnomish woman standing there, tapping her foot, arms crossed over her chest, staring at the back door.
You would know that the back door has been magicked so that only we can open it, and that there's usually a magical effect up that prevents people from seeing or hearing from the inside.
Hi.
Hi! Do you know Castian?
We definitely know each other, yeah.
He won't let me in his shop.
God, I hate talking to strangers.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah, absolutely. I hate
Right, if
talking
a
to
gnome's
people
here,
in
we
general.
place the shop.
She
Right
puts her hand out.
Wide the door.
Seraphina
This
Bright Spark. Nice to meet you.
Oh, you are
This
an
probably would take care of
enthusiastic
itself.
shaker of hands. Okay.
This is suicide.
And I
See,
imagine-
now we're not strangers. This'll be easier.
I imagine at this point the door opens because we've covered up our stuff. We put out like a seat for her, and the door opens.
I found someone.
Oh, good, you're here.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Seraphina, come on in.
How does one spell Seraphina just for no?
Seraphina.
And it was bright.
Bright spark.
Wait,
I'm Rizla.
you're 22.
I need you to clarify what you were asking me.
Your age is you're 22.
Killian's age or Lance's age?
Consider
Can Lance ask Lance how old he is?
See, Lance is 29.
29.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I was wondering why Robert would know your age.
he does not.
Alright.
that big of a fan.
But at this point, I think Killian is 22 in
He's writing
game.
up the fan wiki page.
We need one of those.
Anyway, so I will gesture her in.
Thank you, Castian. It's about bloody time.
You want to come in?
Oh yeah.
She's apparently here to hire Castian for his expertise.
Oh,
Which is you.
I have not said that.
this is gonna be fascinating. Sure.
And I will close the door and go. I assume we have like a chair just out by where we normally sit for her. I will sit down.
She climbs up in the chair, sits down. Her feet sort of dangle off the front edge. They don't. And it's just her ankles right there at the end of the seat.
Castian is currently indisposed, but we are associates of his.
Oh. Well, I was told by one of his associates he's the person to talk to about certain things.
Who told you to talk to him?
Well, if you're not Castian, I'm going to keep that between him and me right at the moment. Not a very reputable sort, and I'm kind of weirded out by having to be part of the whole thing, quite honestly. I'm a good law-abiding inventor. I don't get involved in the shady underbelly of the city, and she's just sort of rambling at this point. She's very uncomfortable.
Which is why you came and knocked on the back door of a hat stall.
Well,
It's a store. Not a
It's
store.
not a stall.
when you're dealing with... You sure Castian's not here?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, if you don't want to tell us, you can leave.
Believe me, if he were here, you would know.
But currently, we're all you've got. So. And it seems desperate.
Everyone make a perception check real quick.
Oh, balls.
We're all you got.
Okay, that's good.
Wow.
4.
3.
No?
20.
23.
7.
You're a cleric. You're supposed to have high wisdom.
So nobody on this side of the table
Doesn't
catches
save you if
it.
you roll a one.
Oh, bad.
I
Oh,
rolled a
yeah.
2.
Yeah, I feel that.
I'm just trying to intimidate her.
For you two, she is sweating, like, profusely.
Are you safe?
I mean, I'm as safe as I mean, I don't know. Am I safe?
Did somebody follow you? Are you scared of somebody?
Okay, how about you tell us why you're sweating bullets and you as a law-abiding citizen came to this shady back alley shop?
I'm not sweating because I'm nervous. I'm sweating because I'm burning up.
Oh, you ate one of those burritos from that cart down the street.
No, I never go to the place.
Oh,
no.
those are nice.
No, it's hot.
Is it hot?
Sick.
It's actually not.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I detect magic?
I don't know. Can you detect magic?
Yes, I can. May I please detect magic?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay, do I roll for that?
No.
No.
It costs a spell slot.
Keith just tells you. As long as you just cast a spell slot.
I said.
There are no. She does not have any magical items on her, and
Is
Yeah.
she going through a magical process?
All right, so you're burning up.
Mhm.
Clearly, you don't think this is normal.
well, no, it's not, and I have it on good authority. It's the result of a cursed item.
Detect poison and disease.
Nope.
She's clean.
Okay. And you believe that it's a cursed item because...
Because I've I've been this way for about a week now. And about a week ago, I found this really nifty, like, vase at this antique shop and took it home. And that's when I started feeling really out of sorts. Weird thing about the vase, it was never in the same place that I put it when I went looking for it. It always moved around. Or at least it did for about 5 days.
And after 5 days, it's
After 5 days, it stays put. So I could go right now and tell you exactly where I found it, or where I left it. It's going to be there. But yeah, before that, for about 5 days or so, it would move around on its own. And I did some checking, and quietly, of course, because I didn't want the bastards up the hill to get word that I was asking around about things that moved around by themselves when they weren't supposed. Again, she's
Yeah.
babbling. But you get from her that she has determined that this was probably a magical cursed item of some kind. I will remind you guys that you have seen weird stuff sort of come alive and move on its
Yeah.
own. And there are rumors that it's not an isolated incident.
But she is not. Nothing on her is magical.
No.
So are you just hot?
I'm burning up.
And nothing seems to make it better.
I've taken ice baths and still been blazing hot.
that's
Well,
so unfortunate.
Come over to me and I'll take a look at you. And just crack my knuckles a bit and look at her, and then just like looking in her eye, and then behind her head, I'm just going to flick my wrist, and I am going to remove curse.
Nice.
I'm just going to tap her on the middle of the forehead. And I will have done that silently.
Well, that's the oddest thing. Okay. Well, you're a bloody miracle worker, aren't you?
Yes, I am very professional. I believe her affliction is no longer afflicting her.
Ah.
But you probably have come to the right place. We can, if this is a cursed vase, we can probably take care of it if you want.
I mean, you're welcome to it. I don't want it in my house anymore, and I'm sure as heck not going to touch the thing.
Could you tell us where you bought it?
Sure. And she gives you the name of an antiques dealer over across the river.
Does it have a name? Would you like us to just make up one?
Antique dealer.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Give
What is
me
the
1
name of
second
it? The
here.
dealer of antiques.
1 second.
I'd like to, it's amazing. He's just a horse doctor.
He's just a horse doctor.
He's a chiropractor.
He's not a real doctor.
Where'd you get your medical degree?
Okay. A place called Whispers of the Past.
Ooh. That's nice name.
Wow. Talented.
I cheat. It's over across the river,
Okay.
sort of in the.
Probably walked by it a couple of times.
Yeah,
What,
probably.
what time of day is it, Keith?
It's probably a little bit afternoon. Not too late, but definitely after the lunch rush.
Mm-hmm.
And what part of town do you live in?
Well, I live up in the Halfling Quarter.
Okay.
I mean, look at me. You think I'm going to find a place to live anywhere else?
Yes, I know. A very racist place, this place.
Maybe
Got my
it's
gum.
just that that's where they built the things to be accommodating.
No, that's not it.
Well, we would be happy to escort you and remove the item from your home.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Find the
For
sturdiest hat box I can
money?
find.
For money?
We have plenty of money right now. Just do a good deed for once. Let the karma build up a bit.
Changed up your wanted posters.
What potted posters?
Let us off. The past.
That's not where we're going.
Let us off to
Her home.
Her home. For the base.
Hey, why do you want to go?
I don't.
Okay, then you can stay here.
It's like, please let me be apart from you for 5 minutes.
If I stay here, I will organize all of his items from most expensive to least expensive.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Hope you enjoy.
Mhm.
Okay, we're off.
We're gonna leave Nyx, and she's gonna trigger every trap that he has set to
Oh,
protect
dear.
his goods.
No, I start sneaking like 5 minutes later. Sneaking after you guys. I'm kind of like, here. And I'm just gonna like leave.
So
I
while you
imagine
are,
you just stand there, you look at the wall of hats, like, I don't know the price of hats.
no hats,
What am I doing?
And then I'm like, I can't even.
you're gonna be sneaking along, and you're gonna get caught by the falafel gang. And you'll be by yourself.
I do love that they are.
Falafel gang.
I do love that they are the falafel gang now. Thank you.
It's canon.
Oh man. First there was the apple dumpling gang.
Now we have falafel. Soon it will be tzatziki.
I mean, it goes right along with the Billy Bob Joe franchise.
I was watching back that small bit, and he's like, the amount of disappointment on his face when you said that.
All right, so those of you that are going with, I assume that's all of you or not.
That's everybody but Steph, because she's gonna
No.
sneakily follow us.
No, I'd tell everybody to wait just like a minute. And I'm like, she'll be right here.
I know how this goes.
So we'll just like
So, like,
wait.
as she
We'll
rounds the
wait
first
around the
corner-
corner.
As she rounds the first corner, we're standing there.
I like to think you just like pick.
That's we're gonna be hiding, and you're gonna be singing along, and Kazak's just gonna.
Oh,
So you follow her to her house. It is a lovely little gnome-sized house, which means those of you who are not gnomes are going to have to duck.
Looks like we're going to be taking
Take
the
it
lead
in.
on this one.
I feel.
So have to duck to get into the house. Imagine it's like 3 Gandalfs in the hollow. Well, two.
I mean, do I like go on my belly and try and get in?
I mean, I don't know. Are you? I mean,
I-
at very least, you'll have to duck. You're a little bit bigger than everyone else, so you might have to duck all the way, like.
So you have to like
You
crawl.
scoot in on your butt.
Do you want me to? What's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, what is
Change you?
Transmute?
Polymorph you?
No, because I lose all like all
My glory.
I'll just be whatever you change me into.
Yes.
No.
And that response right there is why no one trusts you to polymorph them. I'll just be you turn me into.
You keep your mental stats, don't you?
Yo.
No, with polymorph.
Oh,
Only
okay.
a druid
Wild
gets
shape.
their more.
Yeah, wild
Okay.
shape does. Polymorph does not.
Never.
Oh my
mind.
gosh, you got polymorphed before
Yeah.
as
I
a
was a
chicken.
chicken.
And then I protected you the whole time. I didn't want you to die so you couldn't change back.
Yeah, you wouldn't let me change back.
I was to say, instead of her dealing the 1 point of damage required,
She kept me a
I
chicken.
protected you. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try and I guess stay on my feet if I can. If it's comfortable enough.
This is so good. This is so good.
What?
When you're going inside of a place.
Everybody else is going in the place.
Yeah.
I just didn't like Castian's place.
Oh.
Which is funny because it's probably the safest place in the whole city.
Okay. Very nice house.
Well, thank you. It's been in the family for 3 generations now.
Very
Oh
nice.
wow.
Is there anything hanging from the ceiling?
I mean, there is a chandelier,
Okay.
like right in the foyer.
Does it have candles on it, or is it like a?
Yeah, it's candles.
All I'm seeing is that scene from The Hobbit when Gandalf keeps hitting his head on
Yep.
all the
Yep.
beams.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. So it's
All 3 of us.
Oh!
Ah!
so it's over there, and you look over where she's pointed, and there is.
Is it magical? I have detect magic up all the time now.
It is not magical.
Not magical. Okay.
There's not a detect curse ability.
I'm gonna get
Wouldn't it
a
still
set of
show
tongs out of my bag.
Okay.
What does the vase look like?
It's actually a very nice looking. It's almost like a Ming vase.
Mm.
So it's real.
Expensive.
It's real expensive, real fancy, real antique. It has just the right level of patina for you to know that it is truly an antique and not something that somebody has whipped up to make look like one. It's very obviously
So like white and blue.
white and blue. Yeah.
Well, I will pick it up with tongs and then have somebody else hold a bag open so we can put it in the bag. And
I
then
have
so
a
no
hat
one.
box.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. There we go. So that we don't have to touch it.
Okay.
Close the hat box up.
Just looking as it was going in, any sort of weird symbology, any weird patterns, just okay. I'm gonna do a sneaky. I do have this. Do I? I will do a sneaky. Detect evil and good.
Nice.
Remind me what that shows you.
Celestial
fiends, undead,
Fae.
But it also does say. Sorry, give me a second. It also says like. For the duration, any abjuration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead. Similarly, there is a place of object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
It's not that it's been desecrated, but I'm going to maybe expand the. I'm going to expand the definition
Okay.
for that just a little bit.
I also have a thing on here.
Would you call this item unhallowed?
Haunted.
Evil.
That's not exactly. No, not exactly.
Spiritually effed up.
Closer.
Okay.
But
Corrupted.
you do sense something actually towards the back of the house is not exactly right. You asked if there was what?
Oh, anything in the vase?
No.
Okay.
Steph?
We've got
I have legend lore.
Oh my gosh.
You have legend lore?
Yes.
Do you have the materials able to cast it? I know it's one of the more expensive.
Incense and 4 ivory strips. But I have plenty of money.
I don't worry so much about material components, remember.
We can just
As long as you spend the money.
Right.
Um,
How much is that?
300 basically.
Whoa.
Oof. So remind me what that does.
All the things.
This is.
I name or describe a person, place, or object. The spell brings to mind a brief summary of the significant lore of the thing you've named. It might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, secret lore that's never been widely known. If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information.
Ah. Okay.
Is this a legendary vase?
Well, I mean, what are you naming?
What's the casting time on legend lore?
I think it's instant.
It's
Oh
10
no,
minutes.
it's 10 minutes.
Okay, so you,
So I'll be describing. I'm like, it is a 10-inch vase. It is white with cerulean blue. And I'm just like describing everything about it, I guess.
Okay.
Well, I guess while she's doing that, I'll sort of like look toward you and sort of nudge to the back of the house. Oh, is it alright if we look around, check to see if anything else might have been disturbed, if it left any weird things?
Go for it.
Alright, and I'll gesture you to follow me, and I'll start heading towards where I can like see that blip of a
There's
weird,
gonna be another
weird thing.
Okay.
demon altar in the back.
Yeah,
We're gonna be like, oh.
I see the problem.
So it's not so big a house that it takes you 10 minutes to get to the back. So
Right,
you-
but no, while she's
you
doing
will-
that for 10
yeah,
minutes, just sort of.
Yeah. So you will get there first.
Okay.
You realize that you're being led to what is very clearly a guest bedroom.
Okay.
There's a coffin on the bed.
You open the door, and it is very lavishly made. It is neat. It is clean. It is tidy. Which is why it's really weird that there's a pair of old socks in the middle of the floor.
Are they magical socks, Keith?
No, they are not.
Okay.
Or is that where they're coming from?
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
What do I get from it? Like consecrated, unholy, or spiritually effed up?
Mostly just spiritually effed up. It's almost as if the weave of fate is warped and twisted
They're bad
around
luck
these socks.
Those need to go into a separate box
Now I'll get
and
out a
magically
bag.
burned.
Get out a bag. Using the tongs, we will put them in the bag.
I can identify those later.
Okay, so you've got the socks.
We'll go back. Everything seems to be clear for the moment. I
Oh.
think we've removed whatever
Uh,
cursed mojo.
What were these old socks that you had?
I've been looking for those. They're the most comfy winter socks I have.
I don't think it's a good idea for you to keep them.
Why?
I'm gonna identify.
Okay.
Oh wait, but if they're cursed, I don't know. But I might as well see what it says.
Okay. So how long? It's 10 minutes on identify too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our expertise leads us to believe that these may be similarly cursed in some way.
It's no, that's not possible. I've had those.
How about you let us take it back and we'll do some research on it, and if it turns out we're wrong, we'll bring them right back.
Okay. I can't find socks like that anymore. Modern wool is just too scratchy.
What does that mean?
How long has your family had these socks?
Evolved sheep.
Are they mimics?
They came with the house.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, no, we'll get back
But
to
the
you.
house isn't haunted. What's going on?
Okay, so 10 minutes for you. So the vase itself is nothing super special. It has belonged to a number of very interesting people over the course of history, though. At one point, it was a gift from one of the early empresses to one of her vassals. And so it's been handed down through the generations of that family until it died off.
Okay.
The
Are you okay?
Danny, your semi is showing.
It's fine.
At which point it was sold at auction and has been sort of passed down through hands ever since.
Okay.
The only really odd blip that you get is a sense that its fate has been warped and twisted recently, within the last week.
Last week. I relay this to Lucas because we're spearheading this thing.
Okay. You see him over there in the middle of doing his own spell for identify.
Oh,
So are you going to talk to him while he's casting his spell?
okay, no. I'll start walking over and then I'll just like I'll go to Killian and I'll.
Who's standing in front of him holding open the bag with the socks?
I'm like, Killian, I found some information about why is there dirty socks?
Oh, apparently they're evil socks.
I don't believe it. I've had those socks since I was a little girl.
Or something like that, so I've been told.
Uh-huh. Are they mimics?
They didn't do anything when we picked them up.
Poke it.
I want to step.
We will investigate them further at another place.
Has anything funky happened within the last week? Besides from fighting and or arguing with a bank
The lady bought a vase.
about a loan.
I mean, I haven't done anything funky in the last week. You should maybe ask her.
Has anything funky happened to you in the last week besides those socks?
Or the face.
I mean, I was cursed for most of the week.
It removes. As a also note, she would have been removed of all curses afflicting her as well. So
Yeah.
just as a side.
Yep.
Identify.
Okay. So you get to the end of your identify spell.
And because these are non-magical.
It is a pair of socks
Mm.
that she has owned since she was a little girl. They are quite old. They have been in the family for about 3 generations.
What happened 3 generations ago?
They fit her since she was 3.
She's gnome.
I don't know how gnomes work, man.
Yeah. Oh no.
Anyway, I will close up the bag when you're done. And
Okay.
we'll dig around and we'll return the socks to you once we've figured out why they're seemingly giving off the bad vibes.
Probably the smell.
Good day.
Well, thank you. And
Yep, no problem.
I would say tell me what you find out, but I'm not sure I care. But I do want my socks back.
Of course. I don't. As soon as we're out, I don't know.
Well, let's take this stuff back to not where we sleep.
Do normal people keep socks that long?
I don't know.
No.
I don't.
Well,
Although
I mean-
she did say that they're incredibly comfy and she can't get any like them. So like,
I had a pair of underwear for
Modern
like
wool.
25 years. They were great. I recently threw them away.
Condolences?
It was a sad day.
Is it?
Mm.
Do people usually say they're sorry about things like that?
don't know.
I appreciate your sympathy.
I'm going to lead us to Castian's safe house that we had used prior,
Okay.
so that we can investigate potentially cursed objects there.
The real mystery is why were her socks in the guest bedroom?
That is a good question. I didn't think of that.
Anyway, so
And I can't tell if they're cursed or not. Unless
we go to our safe house, Keith.
Unless.
Give Stephanie an inspiration.
Oh, yes! Ba, ba, ba.
Oh, here. There you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we distributed
Oh.
inspiration.
Let
No,
me have that one.
we forgot.
So, we have. I can tell you that neither the vase nor the socks are magical in any way.
And they're not. They're just spiritually effed up. Is the closest description I can give to you on what's going on with them.
You said you had information about the vase, Nix?
Yes. Something funky happened with it. About a week ago.
That would fit the timeline when she said things started going weird.
Its fate was twisted.
By what?
Did it it say in whatever weird magic-y thing you did? What kind of...
No.
But whatever you did to her worked.
Yeah, I used to remove curse, so whatever the mace did was cursing her. Unfortunately, the only way to know what a cursed object does is to, any volunteers to put on a pair
How
of
often
socks?
can you remove curses from people?
Every 10 minutes? Or 5 if you want me to fast forward this.
This stuff is way beyond my skill level, so if you want me to put on the socks, I'll put on the socks. 'Cause
Well,
I can't
I
do much else.
don't. So, because there's. Okay. Since you two seem to have taken sort of the lead on this one, and Lucas, you were able to. Are you wanting to dig deeper into what's going on with all this?
Oh, that's a good question.
What is the question that we want to know?
Well, this woman just had a random cursed item on her, which is, not great, and we helped her with it. The issue is she also had a pair of socks that were also sort of spiritually effed.
I'm
That
not
she
even sure
had
what
her
the
whole
phrase
life.
spiritually effed
It's
implies.
Listen. It's the closest I can give.
No. I'm not saying like you're wrong. Like they're not magical.
Right.
I,
So it must be on a deeper spiritual level.
with a flourish, I dropped my knees. And I go, oh, great goddess! Why are these socks spiritually effed? And I use divination.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Way to use cleric powers.
Yeah, you literally just ask one question and get a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen. It's a good question.
Anytime now.
Waiting.
You got the hold music going on.
Do, 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 do.
Not of this world, this curse is. To its origin, it must return.
This is the funkiest pair of socks. I relay what, but I do it like really ominously. They said,
Who said?
Who said?
my goddess,
Who's your goddess?
Lyra.
Which one's that?
She could be lying, but I don't think so.
What's your goddess the goddess of?
Socks?
Trickery?
Ah! Oh boy.
That's why she said she could be lying.
Well,
There's
I
an,
do
there's an
think so.
entire encyclopedia in the library that's just about trickster gods. How to avoid.
I mean, I've never heard her use that name, but that sounds like what's her face that pushed him underwater.
Imus? Is
Yeah,
that right?
yeah.
Yeah.
She's much better than whoever that is.
You know what? I feel like you make a lot more sense to me now.
So you worship a goddess of trickery.
Yes. She stands for other things too. That's just the one that I focus on.
What else does she stand for?
I don't know. I don't focus on it.
This sounds more and more like Imus, and that makes me more and more
Goddess
uncomfortable.
of trickery and illusion.
Okay, hang on. Is this a goddess from Faerun?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Everybody make me a perception check at disadvantage as you're having this conversation.
Oh, because I'm so great at that!
Oh, me too?
Yep, everybody.
Okay.
5,
0.
0,
12.
Ooh,
It's
14.
perception.
14.
18.
Disadvantage?
I have a +9. The lower was a 9.
Okay. All right. Simi, you will be the only one to catch this.
What? Okay.
Wait.
Depending
on what it is, it might
Perception,
be good
yeah.
you miss it.
19?
Oh, 19?
I heard to add my 5.
Oh, in that case, yeah, you will catch it as well. So Nyx and Simi, as you are sort of walking down the street having this conversation, the sack in Killian's hand just kind of like shifts as though it's being blown in the breeze.
Whoa.
And it's very faint because it's the middle of the day and it's bright out, but there's a little faint like wisp of energy that darts out of the bag, crosses the street, and lands on a human man's dagger on his belt.
Oh.
And then he
I
starts looking around and he starts grabbing his ears.
okay.
Oh no!
What? What?
Black spirit flew out, flew on that man's dagger. We gotta get him now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look over at them. It moved.
It jumped out of the sock
Okay,
sack.
I'm gonna.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Can you do whatever it is you did to figure this out before? To see if is it a contagion that spreads or is it moving vessels?
I will fast cast detect good and evil. I imagine the spiritual thing's no longer on the socks.
It is no longer in the socks. It is now on the dagger.
Move to the dagger. So whatever this thing is moves.
I'm gonna look at that man.
And he's still just walking, but he's like holding his ears.
Oh dear.
Okay, goddess of trickery, go get the dagger.
I'll go
I
get
just
it.
started. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna
Now,
start.
is she still attached to Kazik? Is the question?
Well, I did pray. I fell down
Oh,
my knees,
okay,
so I'm
you're
gonna
right,
say
okay.
I'm walking.
Okay.
So I scuttle with my 25 feet of movement. Speed.
Of course, he's got 30, so you're
Hey,
losing.
hey! Hey, man! Guy!
He can't
Um,
hear her.
Can I throw something?
No! Simi like starts
Like,
walking much quicker up the way. And like, oh, stop.
Oh, hi. Can I help you?
She looks over at Killian, just like panicking. So
I will
that's
go
it.
up to the man and is like, you hearing all right?
My ears are ringing all of a sudden.
Yeah, you don't look so
Here,
good.
let me try something. And I will with my last thing silently cast remove curse while also sleight of
Pulling
hand
the dagger?
the dagger away
Okay.
from him.
Make me your sleight of hand roll, please.
25. Once again, another one of my plus 12 abilities. So.
Yeah, he doesn't notice. Of course, he's sort of blinking. Oh, thank you. That was
Yes, of course.
that was.
You okay?
I'm better now. My ears just started ringing all of a sudden for
Yeah,
some
you
reason.
looked real sick for a second.
I was real close to hurling.
That looked.
Mm-hmm.
You are now cursed.
Oh, honey. I can't be cursed.
Can you not?
I cannot.
Oh, never mind.
My
then.
investigator class, I
He
can't
has
be cursed.
defeated you.
Okay then.
I'm sorry, I can't be cursed, possessed, or charmed.
Nice.
Never mind then.
You just called
Okay.
him honey.
Right? He's like, oh, I'm honey.
All right.
So, what
come,
does it try to do?
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just got I've never had my ears ring that bad. Oh,
Yeah, you looked real unwell. That was why I stopped you. I was worried.
oh,
'Cause,
well,
yeah.
well, whatever it is, I guess your friend helped me out there, so thank you.
He's a
No
good
problem.
chiropractor.
Do you need anything else?
I don't think so. I
No.
was just worried about you.
Oh, okay. Well, good day then.
Yeah, have a good one.
And he turns and walks off down the street. You do feel that it attempts to lay a curse on you,
Oh.
and when it can't, there's a blip of energy
Well, hold
that
on.
zips off.
Wait, hold on. Give me a second. Let's see if I can try and.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when it flips on you?
As I watch the spiritual energy, where does it? As I watch it leave, what direction is it trying to go to?
So it's heading down the street, sort of in the direction you guys were walking, and it lands on the pouch of a half-elf woman down the street.
Oh, I'm in the middle of the street. Dang it! Oh, I.
Do I we need a diversion. Could it be an awkward?
I mean, I can just get rid of it. I just can't have anyone watching me do it.
I mean, I can make it to.
We can cause a disturbance.
Well, I guess I can. What role is affiliated with trying to cast silently, or at least so that discreetly? Yes.
You've got your choice of either sleight of hand or stealth.
Oh, it's basically the same thing for both. So. Okay.
Wait, what are you getting rid of?
The energy. I'm gonna banish it.
But then it'll
Go back to where it's supposed to be.
Oh,
Because if I can concentrate on it for a minute,
can you
it
banish?
permanently banishes it.
Doesn't banishment have to target a creature?
Well, I imagine it's a creature, right?
I mean, you can try.
I mean, I can try. Might as well.
Distraction?
You can try if you want, but I don't think I'll need it. I will look towards the woman's.
Scream and
I probably need to see. The mist
You'll never
itself,
get me alive!
or at least see the black energy before I even
Just
try.
go lift the pouch and bring it to
And I'm
me.
like, oh crap,
Fast as
she's
you
faster than I.
All right.
Start zigzagging
I
in
will
legs.
go up into the half-elven woman and
Okay.
sleight of hand the pouch.
Okay. As you get to her and reach for the pouch, I will note that she is wearing a holy symbol around her neck.
A holy symbol.
A holy symbol of what? Of what?
Imus?
Not Imus.
Oh.
The Impelian Order?
No.
Oh, of what?
Do I recognize it?
Would you? Well, yeah, you would recognize the symbols.
Right.
Where's your list of the?
Oh,
Of the
shit.
deities?
Of the
Oh, the
deities.
deities? Okay.
Oh, never mind. It's balance.
Oh, Dunas?
Mm-hmm.
I'll pause for a moment because I have not seen someone wear that in a long time.
Is it noticeable enough that as we're watching him, the rest of us would notice?
Well, so she's walking away from you guys, so you don't see it. The only reason he saw it is because he got up
Okay.
next to her.
I will.
Make your sleight of hand check.
Now I'm still screaming and running through legs.
Oh, I'm a halfling. Thank goodness. I will re-roll the one. Oh my.
What'd you get, Brayden? Did you get a 2?
I rolled a 1.
Oh, 2 ones in a row.
So so as you go for her pouch, she turns down and looks and grabs your wrist.
Okay, at this
That
point.
doesn't belong to you, little
At this
one.
point, Killian's walking up.
Ah, yes. Well, you see.
This is gonna sound really crazy, but your pouch just got at this point, do I notice the?
Mm-hmm.
Your pouch just got cursed by some sort of bad luck thing, and we're trying to keep it contained. Anyway, so it sounds crazy, but can
She
we have your
tucks her
pouch for now?
Holy symbol away. You're right. That does sound crazy.
I mean, it's no crazier
It's-
than somebody, a higher power being gone for, a few 100 years, 1,000 years, and then showing back up again.
The gods work in mysterious ways.
They do. If you will let me have that pouch, I will bring it back to you as soon as we no longer need it.
And she's going to reach down to lift open. Why is that wet?
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. If you'll
Crap!
if you'll just let me have that.
I think she's.
I've got personal effects in there. I was going to.
Trust me, we'll if you want to come with us, we'll sort it out.
Yeah, I think that would be better. They don't look wet. Why are...
Yeah, I will take the pouch,
Christ.
and then if you want to... Well, can you... You said you were using your last one to try... Can you remove the curse on her again?
Yeah, not silently. I can try and do it discreetly, but that
So I just come with us. We'll get you sorted out here shortly.
As I see this, I'm like, okay, it's safe to catch her now. Get back here!
No. Let her go.
I'm just gonna like, because I am
Just let
so
her go.
good. I am so fast. She can't get me. Oh.
And Keith, I will try taking the pouch to see if I can get the curse to transfer to me instead.
So as you take the pouch, you do see that little blip of energy move out of it down the street.
So it's not willing to curse me.
Doesn't seem to be.
Son of a...
Or at very least, it's just wanting to be mobile.
We can't keep doing this.
If only
I see it
wasn't
moving. I see it
running around
moving.
You see it
screaming.
moving.
You see it! You see it! Do it!
I'm gonna stealthily cast banishment on it.
Okay? You cast banishment. Nothing happens.
No.
And it zips down the road and it zips down the road and sort of swoops down to ground level and worms its way into a boot being worn by a dragonborn.
No.
For the love of... We can't keep... I don't know what to do about it.
And I can only do that once a day.
I do not have the skill, and this is right in front of Woodward. I do not currently have the skills to even know what this is, but it's just going to keep running away from us, and we can't seem to get it to stay put.
I would like to send to Akarai. Hey.
I have forbiddance, but I'm running around screaming.
So, do you have any experience with wandering curses?
A little. Why?
Yeah, we have one of those.
Where are you?
I tell him.
Baker Street.
Gotta make a stop on the way. I'll be right there.
Okay. I guess I'm following the Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Like, if I pass Nyx on the way, I'm just gonna grab
Whoa.
her.
Lucas, can you help our
Oh,
friend here?
yes. I will quicken spell, not quicken spell, but my fast in the incantation remove curse from her.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Goodbye.
Are you staying in the city?
For a little while, yes.
Where? I have some questions I'd like to ask you later.
I've just got a tavern room at the Quillen, the Prince and the Scribe.
Okay, what was your name?
My name was Ariadne. Ariadne Silvershield.
All right, Ariadne. I will come find you later. I have questions.
Anytime you have, anytime I may offer guidance into spiritual matters, you will be welcome to ask me those questions.
And then I will follow after us as we go watch a man wearing a cursed boot.
Everybody make a perception check. Of note for you, this is a dragonborn that you guys are following now. The curse has sort of moved over to his boot.
23.
23?
12.
12? No.
9.
9? No.
14.
No.
14.
No. He's shivering.
Oh.
What happened?
Well, I mean, it's staying with him right now.
But it as soon as we tried to get a hold of it, it jumped again.
Yeah.
It sounds like somebody's coming with something that might help.
Yeah, Akarai is gonna come meet us if he can find us. If we're not too far away.
I might have a spell. This one just says about them entering an area that I've set. Can I make it at all that they can't leave if they're in it?
What's
Which
the
one?
spell?
Forbiddance?
No.
No,
Pooh.
because there is a spell that you can use that does that. But
Good thought, though.
yeah. So we wait for Akarai and hope he has a magic curse catching box.
Hmm.
Something anyway.
I have nothing else.
So
Yeah, no,
I can deal with
stop
this
the
thing.
Dragonborn.
I
Yeah, I was
don't.
gonna say.
I
we-
honestly don't know what it is. It's not a creature.
Yeah.
It's an energy. I can't get rid of it. I can barely detect it.
Yeah, no, I would say we wait for Ackrai and see if he's got something that can keep it contained, because otherwise we're just going to be chasing people all over town for the rest of eternity.
So you guys follow the Dragonborn. He seems like as he goes, he starts to like move a little bit slower.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he's getting lethargic. Doesn't feel well. You know, he's shivering and
Mhm.
shaking, pulling his shoulders in on himself,
He's
despite it being a relatively pleasant, warmish
freezing
day.
to death.
Cursed and it's dealing weird stuff.
About half an hour or so later,
God, Ackroyd, come on!
Ackrai, sort of about the time you're saying that, you feel a hand on your shoulder.
About damn time.
Sorry, this is sort of a weird. What are we looking at?
It's in that man's boot, but every time we've tried to get a hold of it, it jumps ship to something else.
It'll do that. You have to have something for it to jump into, and then some way to keep it there. I've got the way to keep it there. If you guys have something that it can jump
I'm gonna
into.
be like, I have socks, I have a vase.
Has it been in those
Yes.
before? Then it won't go back to those.
Oh, what kind of thing does it need to be? Anything?
It tends to be random. Depends on the nature of the curse.
I'm just gonna open my bag and just start pulling out like random tools and
What's the first thing you pull out?
probably the tongs that I had used to hold it earlier.
Those will work.
Great.
I'll bring out my flute just in case.
Me too. I'm like,
Okay,
oh,
so how does one? What do?
Well, first we need the previous item.
Oh,
So-
so that man's boot.
Yes.
Okay,
So
easy
we need
enough.
to, I suppose, speak with him.
Yeah.
Charm him.
May I?
Sure.
And he'll take the
Mm-hmm.
tongs from you, and he's actually going to move off away from you guys.
Sure. I would love to watch the man work.
I could go get a boot.
So he pulls off of his belt a glass orb that has sort of a weird swirling purple fluid in it.
Mhm.
But what's really weird is he's not moving it and it's still swirling.
Yeah.
So he holds the two of them together in one hand, and he walks up and taps the gentleman on his shoulder, speaks to him a little bit, very quietly. The Dragonborn is. It almost looks like he can't. He's not really understanding what Ackrai is saying.
Mhm.
You've seen
Yep.
these
Yep.
looks before today. He's like, "Ooh," and he shrugs and he pulls the boot off and sort of hands it, or just holds it up. And as he does, there is this sort of swirl of energy out of the boot that leaps over towards Ackrai. It sort of almost goes for the orb first and gets deflected into your tongs,
Huh.
at which point the liquid in the orb turns golden. And Ackrai sort of nods to him, does this, turns, sort of comes over to you guys, and as he approaches, all of my magic users feel magic flooding out of the area.
Ooh. I don't like that.
Ew.
I think Akrai's made friends with other friends we know.
So we do need to remove the curse. I assume
That would be you, buddy.
if you would please.
I have two more of those
So
I can
keep
fast
these two
to.
things together,
Okay.
and
Put them in the bag.
it's not a large area. It's only about a 10-foot radius, but they need to be in that proximity. That will trap the curse in your tongs. I hope you're not attached to them.
I can get new ones.
Okay. And so he hands them off. Now, depending on the nature of the curse, one of two things might need to happen. And honestly, I need to do a little bit of research and digging. I've not seen one of these in quite a long while. This is a displaced curse, so that means that somehow it has gotten loose from the item that it originally inhabited. It makes them somewhat of a more free agent, a free spirit kind of thing. That the random effects is what you can see. You need to get that back in its original item. At which point you can. There are, I believe, spells that can purify cursed items and remove the curse from it.
Off to the mad whispers of the past.
We believe that I believe the information that we were given that is maybe true is that this curse is not from this realm. Does that change any of your understanding of what we're dealing with?
Or its home is a different object.
Oh no.
What?
Oh, your accent just changed. Must be really bad.
Please share with the class.
I only have a suspicion at this point, but if I'm right, it is very bad. Possibly. It may not be possible to put it back in its original item. If its original item is not on this plane.
So.
Okay. All right. Cool. We'll look into it. Son of a bitch, we're gonna have to go talk to him again.
How many times? If
Okay.
I were 2 levels higher, I could plane shift it away.
Well, yeah. If you get any ideas or you learn anything else about, maybe we'll look into it.
I'll ask around and see if I can backtrack it a little bit, see where it originally came from.
We know we were actually gonna head out. Originally, at some point, it was in this vase that a lady bought from Whispers of the Past.
Okay.
But I have no idea. Like this vase does not appear to be the original vessel anyway.
No, it wouldn't be. Okay. Well, that's good to know. We can backtrack it from there.
Do you have any suspicions of which realm or plane it may have originated in?
No, not right now.
Okay. Well, we'll be in the usual place.
All right.
Thank
Mwah.
you.
He gives you a peck on the cheek. I'll be around. And
Well,
then he takes off.
well, I think it's time to go antique shopping.
I mean, we can, but I don't even know if that'll.
Of note, any of the magic users inside of 10 feet of Killian are in a non-magical zone.
You are now diseased.
You can't just
We have
like
shunned you like a leper.
You are that which you hate the most.
You are the COVID vector.
Well, knowing this, I suppose it's safe to take it back to where we sleep. So we will head back to Castian's shop.
I will also point out to you, you now have a portable null magic zone.
Yep.
That part's kind of cool.
Before we get back to the shop, I will go to a place where I can have someone take the socks back to that woman
Yeah.
and just have a note
And
just
the
saying,
vase.
oh, and the vase, and just says, both of these are cleansed. Smiley face.
Okay.
And then I will have a page boy send it back to
All
her.
right, sounds good.
You're fine.
On the house, I guess I'll say.
And when we get back to Castian's, I will go put this stuff in like a far corner so that it doesn't interfere with our day to day.
Okay.
How do we even track this?
I mean, I can track it.
No, like I mean, how
The
do we
issue
even
is-
figure out where it originated? Like, it jumped in the time we saw it. It jumped ship like 3 times.
You were gonna say something earlier. Did you have any ideas, or was it something different?
No. I mean, no.
I mean, to be fair, if we go to this antique shop, with your
Zone of truth.
with your
Fists.
gods your god watching over us, and my
Yeah, I have
Knowledge
questions about that.
we can probably find the original thing. I mean, I can probably find it.
How?
Have some faith. I know what I'm doing half the time.
Off to the whispers
Okay.
of the past.
That, yeah, okay.
Should be able to find it.
Okay.
I disguise myself. But like the lady from Mulan, where she's like, dignity. Right?
Oh right, I forgot that happened in that.
I do that. I'm like, yes. And that's my. Let's
Huh.
go.
That,
Just in case.
oh, okay.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Not my circus, not my
Let
monkeys,
us
not
be
my
off.
circus, not my monkeys.
Is it not our circus or our
Where are we going?
monkeys?
Nope.
We're going to
Are
the
you sure?
Yep. She is not my circus or my
whisper
monkey.
of the past.
Is everybody going?
I am.
Okay. Okay, I look you.
Oh, it's a toy.
Let's
I
go.
thought it was candy.
No. They're toys.
I
They're
was confused
dress.
about why you were.
It was
playing with it.
described as a sensory toy stress relief.
I mean, it is squishy.
Alright, Keith, we go to the whispers of
Okay.
the past.
So you make your way to the Whispers of the Past. It is a relatively, if it can be such a thing, it's a relatively upscale antique shop. That does not stop it from being like full to the rafters of like mostly junk.
My mother's stuff.
Yep.
I mean, there are some things that are clearly, worth something. They're separated out, and
Still describing the story.
but it is a lot of it is just junk. It's people getting rid of things because they
Old
don't
paintings,
want them
wood
anymore.
carvings.
Nothing you have said has made this not that storage unit.
In one corner, there's these buckets of dirt.
Imported from across the sea.
Are there about 150 head-sized landscaping rocks?
Yes, there are.
My world's interesting. Alright.
So as you walk in, the bell on the door sort of dings. Ding, ding.
Oh, this is a terrifying place.
I will cast detection of good and evil.
Such a pretty vase. How did it survive in here?
Um,
I really want to
Nothing?
bring yours down.
Nothing?
Yeah.
Hello?
just a second.
Oh boy. That is not the voice I thought it was going to be.
And then from out of the back, there are just these thundering footsteps. Sounds like whoever's coming out must be 10 feet tall and weigh 300 pounds. The piles of stuff are starting to shake a little bit.
Kazakh, you're up.
And then from behind one of the shelves comes a regularly sized half orc.
Hello.
But his footsteps are just echoing in the space unnaturally.
Good
Is
hefty
he
beat
magic?
there, friend.
Detection from good and evil.
His fate has been a little wibbly wobbly, warped and twisted.
Oh boy.
Hello.
Hi, what can I do for you?
Have you sold a vase recently? A vase like this, and I point.
We
to-
sent it back already.
Yeah, we sent it back already.
It was like this. It was
Yeah, but all sales are final, no refunds.
Why is that?
Well, have you seen the stuff that moves through here? If I was paying, if I kept having to buy stuff back, I'd never make any money, man.
We have reason to believe that that item was cursed. But that is not we don't care about that. We care about whether it has inadvertently cursed or came like the curse jumped.
She's not making any sense here, y'all.
Kevin,
I'm not. Not gonna kill him.
No, she's joking. She's joking. Have you noticed a lot of strange things happening? Maybe right before you sold the base.
Well, not really. Not a lot of weird stuff. I mean,
Little weird stuff.
well, I mean, for starters, I can't seem to sneak up on anybody in here anymore.
Yeah, you do sound like a herd of elephants. So that's the only big thing that you've noticed? When did, is there an item that you procured that lined up with when that started to happen?
you know, like, oh, the day I got that weird bear-shaped coin bucket.
Yeah.
Coin
That-
bucket?
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
You have a bear-shaped coin bucket?
No, not that.
Okay,
but
what?
hang on, and he's going to go back, back in the back, and you guys can hear every
Of
footstep
course.
he takes, and he sort of mumbles to himself and pulls something out of a pile and comes back to you guys.
It's okay, Andrew.
And
It's okay.
he comes back out and sets it on the countertop in front of you guys. Now, none of you three will recognize it at all.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
But you two,
Oh no.
it is a framed drawing
Oh dear.
of Elwick
Oh dear.
that was drawn by Dels.
What did...
What are our details? Because I am deeply curious. Like, is it an actual map of Elwick, or is
No,
it
it's not a map. It is a
It's a
drawing,
drawing.
and you saw her draw it.
How did it end up here?
Huh.
You saw her draw the picture.
I had forgotten, I
That-
guess.
It was when she was trying to draw it with the egg, and it came out a little bit off and frustrated her. But you remember her drawing this particular drawing.
Oh.
Who sold this to you?
One of my regulars. It wasn't the artist. It was fella by elf by the name of Nymera Eldenwood. Comes in pretty often. Has some neat
Nymera?
stuff.
This.
I figured it was a little odd. Kind of grows on you though when you look at it. Figured I'd put it in a frame, see if I put it in the front window, see if somebody wanted it.
The artist.
Do you really? You think you could get it signed for me?
What's the... how do you spell the name of the dude that sold it to him?
Nymera, Nymara,
One more time.
Nymara.
And then Night...
El- Eldenwood.
Eldenwood, okay.
Elden Wood.
I mean, actually, if you don't mind us holding on, I don't know how long it'll take because we haven't seen him in a long time, but we could maybe get it signed.
We have evidence that they are somewhere around here. So,
Man, that'd be awesome. yeah, if y'all want to hang on to it and get it signed and bring it back,
Sure.
I'll give you guys a little bit of the commission off of it once it sells.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Killian will take it out of the frame and roll it up.
And
in
what's
store.
your name, just so we can remind ourselves?
Oh, Gramash Blood Axe.
Oh,
Wow.
GROMMASH
that
Blood Axe.
family name, earned name.
Earned family name.
I love it.
Fair. Fair.
Well,
Oh, don't worry, hon. I haven't used my axe in, well, about 20 years or so.
I was imagining in the back there's a sign that says it has been, and it has a little number that it's been X number of days since there was an
I've had to
axe
use the
accident.
power.
Actually, there probably is.
Okay, but this is the only thing that you remember that you got around the time that you started having very loud footsteps?
Yeah, pretty much.
Interesting.
How often do you leave your shop?
I go home every day, man.
So, do you know where this Nymera Eldenwood is?
Oh,
Where he hangs out?
he sort of comes and goes, but I think he normally stays with the traveling elves outside the city walls.
If I were to just describe Castian, is it similar to what Castian looks like if I ask him?
No.
Although,
Not Castian.
good thought.
Yeah, no, I was just like, maybe he sold it.
Castian's got all these aliases all over town.
I mean,
we
it wouldn't
discovered.
surprise me.
Honestly, no, it would not. All right. Well, thank you. If you notice anything else strange, let us know.
How would I do that?
That's when you were being like, I'm like, and how would they do that, Seeming?
send a page boy.
Because I didn't get any of y'all's names.
Oh, yeah. So.
I am Nix Knuckle. Wait, Nix.
Ah, yes. Stumbling over your own name, are you?
Knuckle Stumbleduck Shupanim, also known as Nix.
Okay, this might be the first time that Cindy has heard this whole thing. She just turns to you. Nix, Knackle, Stumbleduck? What's that last?
Nim.
Shupanim?
Synonym.
Wow.
Stumble quack.
We'll come in and check in on you in a little bit. See if there's
Sounds
any
good.
changes.
Sounds good.
Don't you dare.
Have a good day. Let's get out of here, guys.
Have a good day. I'll remove curse from
Goodbye.
him because I'm nice.
That's a good day, you.
Y'all have a good day, and if you looking for anything in particular, sometime come let me know.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I'll keep you in mind. That was genuine.
And as he turns to go, he's like, "Hot damn!"
We will head. So now that we're back on the street, who's like, all right. So what do you guys want to do now?
Are we checking out that Nymera person?
Well, can we stop for a late lunch?
Oh, yes, certainly.
And then I'll quickly identify whatever this painting is and maybe glean something.
The painting wasn't magical, right, Keith?
No.
Yeah. I bet the painting's not magical, and I can tell you who drew it and when it happened and where it came from.
Oh, you guys know this painting?
We do.
Yeah.
Kind of share with the class.
Oh well, it's everybody's favorite Dell. Dell's.
You know,
Del
the
Who is
Sarah.
this? Who is this
The person
person?
that I'm hunting.
Yeah, she drew it while we were staying at her village.
No, she drew it before the village. Pretty sure.
Did she?
She
Yeah.
drew it when we were at the graveyard in a Malzone
That's
town.
right. Yeah, he drew us a picture of her village.
Is she that powerful that she can?
No.
Not well.
To create a cursed item of this significance.
Okay, if she had, I suspect that it would have been a regular. Like I don't think that this is the
It would have
origin.
been by accident.
Yeah, and even if she had intentionally created one, it would not be some weird otherworldly, doesn't belong here energy. It would be normal stuff.
So you're thinking maybe this Nymara.
I mean, I find it hard to believe it is a coincidence that a painting that I was around when it was made was the thing he got on the day that he got cursed. Like, that's probably not a coincidence, but I don't know what to make of that.
Actions,
Alright.
yeah, I'm not sure. Also, Stumbleduck. Is that a family name or an Ernst name?
Sure which part of my name is what. It is a given name.
Your given name is Stumbleduck?
It is a given name.
Was it given to you, or did you give it to yourself?
It was given to me.
Did the person who gave it to
Do
you
you
not like you?
you?
I mean, I kind of love it personally.
Well, I don't know anything about other names other than Lucas, so I don't know what halfling tradition of
The
namings
clerics
are.
that raised me gave me that name.
There's the answer. There's the answer.
Chaos clerics.
And
okay.
these clerics also worship your god?
Yes,
Yes.
goddess.
That tracks.
Okay.
Yes.
This is sounding more and more like Imus, but apparently it's not.
Obviously an inferior version of.
I'd be careful saying that.
Ooh, yeah.
I got more powerful than everything.
Just
It's like that picture of like Jesus.
get out of lightning bolt distance.
So as we're going to get a light lunch, or a late lunch,
There.
Or early dinner.
kill Elizabeth. So your goddess can still contact you even though you're no longer in Faerun.
Apparently.
Well, it's possible that I've heard reports that a lot of gods came from there and stayed here.
Oh, and she like
Because she
jumped
is-
ship.
Super
I've heard rumors
powerful.
that that's true. I've heard stories of new sects of cults showing up.
I'm not sure how I feel about that idea.
Close-minded.
I thought the whole point
Well,
of us putting everything back in
our,
its place was that things went away.
Our world sort of has only ever had the six, and so we've only never, well,
Also, one of the biggest problems that we faced was the fact that one of your was the fact that one of your deities decided to cross over to our side, got split into
Excuse
4
me?
parts,
What?
and got left here, and one of our deities swapped over to your side and had to hold the tide against some evil chaos dragon.
Can you repeat that but slower?
Sometimes I forget what is and is not common knowledge around here.
Yeah, they don't know any of that.
That's
You can just say that we learn about the gods.
well.
swap.
So are we able to get like a booth? Is this like a relative?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Sparks Note version is this. Pre-Empire. The dragon god of creation from Faerun wound up wandering into our realm and getting split into 4 pieces, each one with an elemental aspect. And when that happened, our god of balance got swapped over to Faerun. So
Interesting.
the Empress derived her power from a shard of this creation dragon god. Meanwhile, the god of balance had to like fill in for him fighting some sort of dragon god of chaos in Faerun.
Damn it.
Oh jeez.
So what the Eloic incident happened because we put things back where they belonged. We put the 4 pieces of the dragon god back where they belong, and in turn got our god back because the convergence was gonna separate and they were gonna be cut off from each other again. So we had to try and put things back where they were supposed to be.
I now know about the Elwick incident. Good.
And also, to be fair, when you said like
The most
putting
blasphemous
things
thing
back
I've ever
where they
written.
were supposed to be was supposed to be the whole point. Wow. Byproduct, I assumed that would probably be the thing that happened. I mean, I gathered the whole point was to keep that weird Venn diagram that could explode the worlds from happening.
Anyway, so like
What?
for a while, Faerun and our world were sort of like overlapped. So there was like Rain spent like 8 years in Faerun, and we had people from Faerun wind up here because we were like in overlapping spaces. But they were like drifting apart. So but once they drifted apart all the way, you couldn't go back and forth anymore.
Fascinating.
And we needed our god of balance back to do his job here, and we needed to put all of the pieces of the creation dragon god back so that he could resist or counter the chaos dragon.
Okay.
So, by the by, just so you know, Daniel, you very clearly know that the creation dragon
Is
is
Bahamut.
Bahamut,
And,
and the
chaos
chaos dragon is Tiamat. Just, you know that.
And that's also why, like a year ago, like magic sort of shifted here because
Yeah, it was a
we
little weird when that
like you
happened.
didn't have access to both sides anymore. So yeah. So
That's-
I was under the impression that all of your gods were staying where they were and ours were staying here.
That would explain a few things.
And we have
That would
a
explain
lot
my
of gods.
collection.
You have a lot, really?
There's a lot.
Like how many?
I was under the impression that you had 2.
How many do I have?
It's a lot more than 2.
I think
There's
it's
a
like
lot of them too.
25 in Faerun's.
Oh,
There's hundreds.
There's because
Hundreds.
every pantheon that existed in history is represented.
But mine
So-
is, of course, the best of them all.
Sure.
So your god decided to stay here.
Everybody
Maybe.
thinks their god is the best.
How
I
does
don't
that?
question her.
How does that work?
I imagine if two boats are docked next to each other and they both go in separate directions, I assume either one could just jump to the other side before they just left. I don't know why they would do that,
She's
but it's,
so
it's
powerful.
yeah,
she
but-
reaches across the plains.
but I mean,
Make me a religion check.
I imagine it's because there's so few gods here that if a god got to here, they'd get a lot more followers in general if there are a lot less here.
Yeah, but does that matter?
16.
16?
Imagine, or
Okay.
believers equal more power.
I never got an answer on that.
Of note, you have not heard your goddess's voice in a while.
It,
I mean, I
but
prayed to
but
her.
she asked a question not that long ago.
Yes, but she didn't hear her voice. She just got an answer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, she has been a little more coquettish as of late.
Coquettish?
Not fully.
Are they
say
not-
anything.
Normally, like, are they not normally that way?
Well, the few times that I have requested things of her, she spoke to me in the loveliest of voices.
Did she like come show up in front of you and talk to you?
That's a hard one. Sometimes she could be Thog. Sometimes.
Okay, so she did not physically manifest herself in front of you,
If she
Show up
wanted
in your
to,
bed or something.
she's
but
the
she
goddess of
but
truth.
she didn't, right?
No. She's been a little quiet lately.
I mean, they all have. But-
Why do gods have to be so complicated?
But does not Tim.
Why couldn't we just have one? The one we always had.
Everyone could agree on the one true one.
I think the problem
I mean, we
was
did for
that
a
they
long
did
time.
for a
I mean,
while.
the 9 that we had are not. They're not necessarily bad. They're just.
That's not who I was
Nice.
referring to, but I'll keep quiet.
Yeah, we're not going back to the Empress.
She was never a god.
You just say that to the wrong people, they will.
They're
Definitely
free to
not.
try.
Do
I
we have
mean,
food? Yeah.
I just said
Oh
definitely.
yeah,
argue.
food is laid out before you.
Tacos.
Double
Double fisted.
Like part of my stuff disappears. I'm like, how? I didn't even see it. go.
Halving metabolism is an amazing.
have you talked to Zoikin in a while? Did he show back up in your bed?
What? What kind of constant
That reminds me.
Oh.
Yeah,
What was
never
her
showed
name?
up like that.
definitely not shown up in my bed. I haven't talked to him in a bit. I've, said stuff to him and gotten no response. But also the last actual conversation that I had with him, I was a little abrasive.
Like more than you normally are?
Hey.
What kind of freaky deaky gods they got here?
I was intentionally
I don't know.
abrasive. Because he was being unhelpful and frankly a bit of a dick.
Like every other god.
He's supposed to be the god of justice. He shouldn't be. I mean, I guess unless you're
Well,
a dick first.
What dictate? Never mind. We'll be here all night if we start talking theology and morals.
I did not worship him. He just showed
In
me.
that way.
Weren't you like his last bastion of hope?
I don't.
Aren't you the avatar of
You
justice?
still believe they slept together?
Wait,
We were-
no,
She
we
was
did
his
not.
last bastion of hope.
Steamy maintains that they
Fascinating.
did not sleep together.
No.
However, there were only 2 people that could have been in the room to clarify that.
I woke up and he was in bed next to me, and nothing happened.
Were you drinking?
Why did he pick your...
Heavily.
Say no more.
Wasn't like that.
You better hope Dells doesn't get a hold of this story.
I slept with a guy.
I slept-
Dels knows. It has been brought up to
Dels
Dels before.
So,
My newest book.
I sent
you
you
haven't,
an article.
you haven't, but you were mad at Zoigan. Are mad at Zoigan.
Also,
And now
like the avatar of justice. What? Like
You spend your evenings dispensing justice.
well, yeah, but like actual justice, not. Oh,
What do you mean? Actual justice as opposed to what?
as opposed to what was happening before.
Yeah, which wasn't justice. Wasn't that the whole part of the problem? Was that there weren't enough people being just, and that's why you were the
Yeah.
last bastion of hope?
Well, I never considered myself the last bastion of hope. I was just trying to do the right thing.
I think that's what makes you the. Yeah.
Simi's having an epiphany.
Wait a minute. All these years and I'm finally knowing what I'm doing.
Yeah, you were trying to do what was right, which is why justice was.
Is that why you talked to me?
I mean, it sounded like he had run out of other options. It sounded like he didn't even know what justice was anymore because it didn't exist.
I just thought he didn't like his job well enough to do it. I'm very deeply confused about so much of
Anyway,
my
so
past.
you haven't talked to him in a while, but you're
No.
angry at him. You haven't heard from your goddess in a long time.
I'm not angry at him
Yeah,
anymore.
I mean, I did get the answer to my question.
Yeah, but that was like.
But it was different than
It could have been
Usually
like
it's-
next minute.
Huh. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to go find that cleric
Oh,
person and ask her.
chicken.
Right. Well,
Sorry, I'm
I gotta find.
I just like
I'm
the idea
confused
that
because I
they
have
sat there silently, and that's the one thing.
I have met the goddess of anarchy here, and I don't think she's going to be willing to let other people muscle in on her territory.
I mean, if she's even paying attention, maybe now the balance is back. They're just hanging out.
The
Being,
Zoom meetings have resumed.
What? Why are we talking about gods?
Sorry, I was just had questions.
weird tangential thing.
Right. Hold on.
And apparently you're fascinated with the fact that
Simi slept with God.
I didn't.
I'll put a question mark at the end. Don't worry.
Who's fascinated with what now?
I don't know. There was suddenly a fascination with the whole God concept in there.
So, okay.
There we go. Question mark.
Apparently, the idea
So
that I
we
was
have
sleeping
a-
with one.
Crappy drawing of somewhere, and
It's a place called Elwick.
Elwick.
It's got a pretty good restaurant.
Just if you run into
From the
Dells, never
tortilla.
tell her that.
Dells. Yes, okay.
Yeah, tortilla lady is Dells.
This tortilla.
So how did this
Recommend not getting on.
Eldenwood
that
guy
side.
get it?
Why not?
I suppose we can go ask
I mean,
him.
I don't know what Dells did with it after she made it. I never actually paid attention to what happened to it after that. She made a lot of other drawings that kind of drowned this one out.
Yeah. Yeah, she did.
There were, a year later, they were still finding pamphlets in the Shaggin.
Oh my god. I'm so
A
sorry.
whole year later. It's alright, it's James's problem now, not mine.
Did you sell it to James?
Well, he's probably not gonna complain about those.
It's gonna open a floorboard. She's gonna be.
I don't know, he's a busy guy now. I sold him my
This
company.
thing pops out, but it's just
None of them were cabbage.
None of them
Yeah.
were cabbage. Oh no.
Yeah, he's a busy guy now. I sold him my company.
Oh. Goodness. Well, yeah, I'm sure he is quite busy then. Oh goodness. So you know that we shouldn't anchor Dells?
Well, just the fact that her brother is hired us to stop her from shaming his company and his restaurant. Yeah, I mean, it seems like she gets even if she doesn't like you.
She tries.
Remember, his restaurant's doing too well. That's why he wants her to stop.
Yeah, I know.
Do we have things go for him?
We haven't done too well on this.
We haven't tried.
I tried.
We haven't left the city.
Well, I mean, if we talk to Nimara,
Yeah, if nothing else, maybe he could tell
He
you
can
where he
point us
got
in
it
the right
from because
direction.
it was in her hands at some point. But yeah, I don't know
Well-
how else to track down the original cursed item because
That's true. This Niminimin could probably tell us the last time because they had to get it from Dells.
or they got it from somebody else who got it from her, but it's at least one
It's a
step
lead.
closer.
Should
Yeah,
go
fair
visit
enough. That makes sense.
Nimora.
Yeah.
Stumbleduck was just nimmy. That's amazing.
I'm like, I just sat through that weird God story, and my name is what makes you guys.
I find it delightful. It's just also hilarious.
Bring God, bad person.
Nothing happened. I did not sleep with a god.
Okay.
Can
I
you
didn't
100% say?
What?
Can you 100% say that that's true?
I heard that was true.
I didn't eat the whole bowl of chicken.
That is not true. I am 99.999% positive it's true.
I'm also 99.999% positive that you were sloshed at the time.
I was, but I don't like randomly.
Maybe she
That's
just
not something I
hallucinated
do
it.
when I'm sloshed.
Maybe she hallucinated the God guy.
She didn't. We met him.
Nice guy.
Confused mostly.
I feel that.
He didn't know who he was or why he was there.
He's okay. He just.
So he said he was a god.
Well, but then the other god that we had met saw him and took him back with him.
Yeah.
So that sort of like solidified the, you
So
know.
he is a god or has a wingman for a god.
So Namara. About
Yep.
Namara.
We can go see if
Go
we can
check
find
and see
him.
if we can find him.
Sounded like if the elves hadn't moved on, he's probably outside town with the elves.
Ooh, they usually put on a show. I think. I don't know.
What kind of show?
I'm not sure if I should be offended by this or not.
They're wandering. They have to do something to make money.
I mean, we wandered for a long time. We didn't really put on a lot of shows.
Me and Lara did.
Okay, fair.
We made money.
Speaking based on experience. Their experience was definitely different than ours.
I don't know how to wander, so. The only wandering I did was from home to Pie Shop or any other food place and then back.
I don't know. You have successfully wandered into a lot of strange situations and managed to get yourself mostly out of them. Which, by the way, I have never looked this incompetent at my job.
Why? Because you can't find him?
You technically did find him.
Oh yeah, but they can't know that.
I mean, why don't you just tell him that he left town?
And that's kind of what I'm working on, but I have to lay enough like actual evidence down to be able to convince them of that.
Could you
So
just
yes.
bring them a dead halfling and call it good?
No.
Now, I like where you're going with this. I like where you're going with this.
Because
I know a spell.
They don't actually
that
care about
could-
him, they care about what he took.
Did they tell her that? Or did they just say,
Um,
find
They
him?
did actually. I mean, they didn't tell me the specifics of what he stole, but I know he stole a lot. I mean,
Mm.
I know he stole a lot anyway, but
I don't know what you're talking about.
And this is
Well,
on our way
keep an eye
outside
on
of town,
it.
Keith, to find the elves.
Get a
Yes,
halfling.
not-
Okay.
We modify memory. We make him think that he's Lucas.
It's possible.
Send him on his way.
Don't let her hear you say that.
Just in the back, mutter with my halfling brethren.
Shit.
What am I halfling?
Dang it.
Gonna walk into the halfling corner. Hello, my halfling brothers and sisters.
let's stop shouting. Oh, I'm embarrassed by that. Okay.
I think it's on the internet.
Yeah.
Yep.
So nice.
It's fine, nobody watches us.
Yep. Yeah. Pixie's lurking in the background, but I'm pretty sure they're still playing. So.
Yeah. All right, so you guys head out of town.
Yes.
You,
Nondescript.
what's that?
Nondescript.
Okay. So you
At some point, it might be a good idea if I just took disguise self, but it's more fun this way.
So you guys make your way out of town through the one of the city gates. How do you go about figuring out where you need to go?
Well, I would ask around town and just be like, hey, where is the elven camp still
Okay.
here and where?
So you would have gotten confirmation that they are still close by, still close in town, or close to town, not in town. They're not, they're actually not allowed in town
Yeah.
in en masse for whatever reason.
Racism.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. And you actually find a couple people who have been out to the encampment and knows where it is. It's out sort of the north road, like if you were going to try and go back to the valley.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of out that direction and then off the road a couple miles once you're sort of out past the farmlands. So you guys get there right about you guys get there and it's fairly late in the day. I mean you guys took a late lunch, so it's not quite dusk yet, but it won't be long before it is.
Do we want to have a cart with us to blend in, or just approach as is?
I'm just gonna approach him. I don't see any reason why we should worry about it.
All right.
Okay. So as you approach the camp, it is a typical traveling person camp. So lots of wagons, a lot smaller than the Shagan, but they definitely
Still that same sort of, yeah.
same sort of idea.
Like the Romani.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
Romani
Fargo
traveling people
traveling.
kind of idea. Their wagons are their homes. They.
Yep.
But the campsite itself seems to be fairly well established. You don't know how long they've been here. It has been more than just a couple of nights though. So there's starting to be like the little paths and stuff that are
More of like
sort of defining the
a more defined campground.
yeah, it's a more defined campground. The fire pits have actually been lined with stone and have
Mhm.
a lot of like collected ash in the bottom of them. The paths are starting to get worn. The wagons, the grass is starting to kind of grow up around the wagons as though they've been here for a while. The horse lines, all the horses are off in sort of one area, so the smell of horse is fairly strong
Mhm.
when the wind blows from that direction. And it's actually a fairly sizable encampment. You know from the stories that a lot of times the traveling people bands are actually fairly small. This looks like this might be a gathering spot for multiple bands.
Gotcha.
I am looking around for any music.
Oh, there is music everywhere. Just about every cook fire has got somebody playing something, either a flute or a lute or other stringed instruments. There's dulcimers going at just about all of them. There are people dancing around all of the fires. It's a very festive place, actually.
Yay.
You're right, entertainment.
Simi actually like kind of bebops a little and almost dances.
There is something in the music that sort of appeals to the
Mhm.
both of you. It's something deep and rooted in who you are.
Oh, last time I went to a dance, things got real weird.
Did God wake up in your bed?
No. But I did end up with a Prince Charming type figure who was not actually Prince Charming. It was very confusing.
Okay.
Of note, there are more than just elves out in the encampment. There's a good smattering of like all kinds of people. Some of them look like they may be city folk out visiting for conducting business, whatever.
Mhm.
Some of them look like they might actually be traveling with
Fair.
or would travel with the elves if they were on the move. It's like they have their own place, their
Mhm.
own carts here in the encampment.
Yes, I'll kind of ask around a little bit, see if we can find Nimani.
Sure.
So yeah, I'll just find some friendly looking folk and
Okay.
see if they recognize the name.
Just make me a charisma check.
That's cute, Keith. Oh, well, even with a -1, if you roll a 17, it's not terrible.
No, it's not
No.
terrible
16.
at all. 16.
It's the music, man.
Yeah,
Does
it
it for me.
helps. It helps that they're a friendly bunch. Sort of towards the outer edges of the encampment where you guys come in, they're not as sure where Namara might be, but as you go further in, you start to get a better idea of which direction you need to go, and so you're able to eventually make your way sort of across the camp to fairly nice cart. It's a little road worn. The treads on the wheels look like they don't need to be worked on and replaced yet, but it won't be long before they are. Before they need to be. Paint up in the eaves is cracking just a little bit, although the rest of it is well maintained, well loved, I
Mhm.
guess. It's starting to be a little bit sun bleached, but not too bad. Probably due for a touch up. Of note, there is also fire smoke coming out of the chimney on the roof.
Oh, excuse me. This is also the most socially graceful you have ever seen Simi be in her entire existence. Certainly with you guys, but also with you.
Yep.
We should let her continue leading the way.
Go knock. Go knock.
I shall go and knock.
Okay. You knock the door. 1 second.
That was not the voice I anticipated.
and you hear sort of a shuffling set of footsteps, and the door opens, and it's a very elderly elven man standing there.
Man.
Can I help you?
Oh, may I ask, are you Namara?
I am. And who are you, child?
My name's Simi. It's good to meet you.
No, it's not. Simi is not your name. You have a name.
Oh, that's right.
Technically, I have a whole bunch.
Well, what's your oldest name, dear?
Well, I guess May?
I believe that would be the one.
Oh, yes, you are.
That's not creepy at all.
That's how I know you.
Uh-oh.
Why do you sound like that little...
It must be a paper boy.
Yeah.
Bring me some
Oh,
good
oh
news.
no.
I didn't.
Oh, no, wait.
I
was
didn't
thinking
want it to be
Leslie.
Herbert.
Wait.
Yeah,
oh,
no, sorry. I'm not.
Just add
You and I
Yeah,
are
no,
already-
no. This is no. That's not where I was going.
I was thinking that
Oh my
Leslie,
gosh.
like the little Leslie, like the flamboyantly gay short man who's just adorable and showed up in every sitcom for ages. Maybe maybe just a me
Oh,
thing.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I forget his last
Leslie.
name.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
That is what this screams to me.
Like,
Well, that's
No,
not what
keep
I was
going,
going for,
keep
but
going,
I'd rather
Keith,
do that
please.
Yeah,
than
keep
the
going,
other.
Keith.
Keep
This
going,
is exciting.
Yes, you are, aren't you?
Yeah?
Yeah.
That 16's about to die real fast.
Okay, so we're. Ask me what you came to ask me, and then we'll do the other thing later.
So, we were directed to you
Hmm?
regarding a picture that you sold to Gormarash Blood Axe.
Oh yeah, I remember that picture. It was a pretty thing.
Yeah. So a friend of ours actually created that. We were, well, I suppose, wondering where you got a hold of it, and if anything strange was happening around it at that time. Anything weird happening to you all?
why you itching?
Well, this is a little. You know, you're right. This is the weird. I've been ever since I had that blasted thing. I've been itchy.
Oh, I have all my fingers. The knife goes chop, chop, chop.
He's cursed, Kathy.
Of course he's cursed. It's fine. Uncursed.
But can you do that? Can one of you do that? Is it a curse?
Yes. Hi.
So yes, it's a curse, or yes, you can remove it.
Both.
Help him out, man.
Yes. I will cast Remove Curse on him with my last
Oh,
quicken bonus
thank you.
incantation.
Thank you. I've been itching like crazy for pert near a month now.
So,
Ooh.
where did you get this picture painting from?
Well, there's this little halfling. There's little halfling girl that's traveling with us, or been traveling with us for a little bit, and she traded me that drawing for a pair of my boots.
Oh my gosh.
So, okay, so if we figure out where she got it, maybe we can trace it back a bit farther. It seems that there was a wandering curse attached to that now we're trying to chase backwards.
That would explain it.
Yes.
That
Did
would
it
explain it.
break while you had it? Or
Did what break?
the painting?
It wasn't. Did I say it was broken?
No, I.
Was it in a frame?
Could you direct us where to find this
Sorry, I got mixed up on my
Oh,
information
oh,
there
of
for a
course,
second.
of course, I certainly can. Her name is Kiera Windrider. She's about about 3 rows over and about 10 wagons towards the head of the pack. Can't miss her.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
She's a bit of a messenger, so no telling where she got the painting from in the first place.
I probably could imagine.
I think they can figure it out.
So that direction?
Don't you want to find out your...
Sure. Yeah, no, we can go that direction.
Mm-hmm.
If Simi's not gonna, then I'm not gonna bring it up.
Alright.
Okay.
Bringing it up, not bringing it up.
If Simi didn't realize what I think was going on, that's fine.
Wait,
Player Danny realizes it.
guess my name. Guess my name.
I'm not good with gnome names.
He's not
I will shut his door for you.
I was like,
He's not good with half elf names either. I told him and he just said, yes, you are. So.
Yeah, so we're gonna go find Queera Windrunner.
Okay. So as you
Wind runner or writer?
Rider.
Right. I thought I had got it right. I just making
Okay.
sure. I was like, I'm not sure.
So as you sort of follow his directions up to her wagon, you notice that in a fairly wide swath around her spot, all of the grass and any plant life actually
Is dead?
is brown and dead.
Oh, what a surprise.
she's stinky.
She's stinky.
No, I think she might have something she's not supposed to.
Go knock on that door.
Door opens and little halfling woman opens the door. Hi!
Halfling my sister.
How are my people?
Damn me up!
Can I help you? And she's staring at you guys.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, we've been tracking sort of the movements of this painting here or drawing here that we've acquired,
Okay.
and it's currently led us to you.
Okay.
You traded these with Namara, right?
Yeah. I gave it to him for a pair of boots. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's sort of been a curse that's been following this drawing around, and seeing as a lot of the
Look around the
seeing a
perfect
lot of-
circle of dead grass around her.
seeing as that you're sort of in the middle of a dead zone, it seems like you might have some issues of your own.
You know, I hadn't even noticed, but I guess
Doesn't
you're.
happen to people too, does it?
No. Well, I don't think so. I mean, you guys are here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there was
For now.
a time thing. Okay, just checking.
So, you hadn't happened to know where the painting came from? Or drawing came from?
Well, so that's just something that I picked up in a shop somewhere.
son of a gun. That guy burnt
But-
the shop.
But
What shop was this?
but the grass thing happened before I found it though.
Oh, so when did the grass thing start happening? English hard.
Well, oh, yeah, you know what? That might have been. So I was on a job for our caravan leader. He had just gotten back from somewhere, and he had messages he needed to send out, and one of them had a little weird medallion with it. And Yeah, when I took the messages to try and get them out to where they needed to go, that's when things started going brown and dead around me.
Wouldn't happen to have the medallion?
No, I passed that along months ago.
Do you recall who you were delivering the message to?
Not to, no.
From?
Like I say, it was our caravan leader,
What's your caravan leader's name?
Ilara Moonshadow.
Moon.
ELARA, Moonshadow.
ELARA?
Mm-hmm.
Is she still?
He is.
He.
Yeah, he's still around. He hasn't gone far since he got back.
Could you direct us to his?
Certainly. And she'll give
Yep.
you directions and point.
And
you
then
in
I'm
the
just gonna look
direction.
over at Lucas.
Oh, right. I'll take the 10 minutes and remove curse.
Okay.
That will probably fix you right up and make sure the grass starts growing around here once again.
Oh well,
It
Thank
seems
you.
like there's a curse hopping around, so
they can do that.
apparently, this is a new thing that apparently I was not aware of. So
Just
Okay.
found out today.
Oh,
we're just trying to track its origin. Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like I've seen you before.
I've not met you.
No.
Guess her name. Guess her name. Guess it.
I don't know.
Do you just imagine that everybody in the caravan can guess names? He can guess my name. He just agreed when I said it.
Was
So
it
it
your
used to
name
be
though?
part of the caravan?
It was a name that I have been given at some point. What?
Did you used to be part of this caravan?
Oh, certainly not.
Yeah, so when you say it, you can tell that Killian is like awkwardly trying, like he can just feel him being like, oh boy. Yeah, so let's go talk to Ilara. Do 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 do.
I'm good at sight, but I'm not paying attention to you.
All right, so you arrive at what is it is the most elaborate, not by much, and biggest, not by much, cart in the caravan. They don't have a lot anyway, but this is clearly set aside for the leader of the caravan. So you're knocking?
Sure.
Okay. The door opens. Can I help you? And the man standing there very clearly is related to Simi.
Like clearly enough that Simi knows
I was gonna say, has Simi figured this out yet?
You can try.
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
What is it?
there are some character
Make
stuff.
a history check. We'll just call it a history check.
13.
13?
There's like a bark inspiration on the table if you want to use it.
There,
I don't know if she wants to succeed on this roll.
Okay.
It's more entertaining if I don't.
So there are there's a little spark of familiarity, but as he opens the door and he's saying, "Can I help?" and he spies Simi, and his eyes go big, and he doesn't even say anything. He just pushes right past Killian, steps down.
Here we go. We're doing this.
Puts his hands on your shoulders.
I wouldn't do that.
Whoa.
Daughter?
Oh, what?
And that's where we're going to end for the night. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun with this one, and we will be back next week to to finish up and
That's where he
see
went.
what happens with the shenanigans that I'm pulling on my characters. A few quick reminders on the way out the door. Again, much thanks for being here tonight. You can check out what our schedule is on our Discord server. We are currently running 2 games a week, most weeks. Pre-recorded stuff on Sunday nights, our live shows here tonight on Monday nights. So Discord will always keep you abreast of when that schedule is and when things are happening here on the channel. We also run a YouTube channel as well, so everything video-wise does wind up there. Make sure, if you haven't already, go over there, hit like and subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notifications, and you will always know when I put new stuff out for you to see. There's a lot of stuff out there, 2 full campaigns, the current one plus the one we ran before, campaigns that Danny has run. The pre-recorded episodes are going up there. We've got board game nights, VR stuff, lots of stuff. There are so many hours of content, I don't even know where to begin. But be sure you go check it out on our YouTube channel. That's gonna do it for us here tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure you come back and see us again next week. Until then, do remember,
Grab your bats and grab your balls.
and if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house. Good night, everybody.